Hey, this is Davey Mumaw, and you're about to watch the Kokomo Press Podcast, and enjoy yourselves, man.
Warning! This video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? You've tuned in to the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger, and this week I have a room full of funny people. Yeah, we're going to continue the trend of bringing some of the funniest comics in Indiana right here to the Kokomo Press Podcast to shoot the shit, talk about what's going on in the world, and tell you what they're doing because I want to promote these guys. First up this week, of course, my co-host. He's back for the third consecutive week, ladies and gentlemen, the great Sean D is in the house.
What's up?
Repping the brand.
What the fuck is up, Kokomo?
All right, I said Sean D, not Brandon Stout. But he's repping the Kokomo Press today. Hey, returning to the show. It's been a minute, but we're going to bring him back in here. He's been on showcases with us. He's been around the Kokomo scene for a long time, and he's got one of the best sets I've ever seen in my life. Many times, one of the funniest burrito jokes I've ever heard, taco jokes I've ever heard in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Davey Mumaw. I don't know why my brain went. I was like, I know his fucking name.
I know his name.
It's all right. Thanks for the kind words, Jordan.
Yeah, Davey motherfucking with the P on the hat. I like the P on the hat. Stands for pussy power. And finally today, first time on the podcast, he's been on Showcase with us. He's been with us in Gas City. He was with us. He's going to be with us this Friday in the great North End Pub in Lafayette. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Davon Shoemaker.
What's up, man? I appreciate you guys finally having me on, man.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's my great panel. Hell yeah. I love the studio audience, you know. It's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't need Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
No,
Jimmy.
we don't need them.
We can get our own studio. All the Jimmy. It started early, dude. We started early, brother.
Right out the gate.
Hell yeah, dude. No, that's fine. I appreciate you guys stopping in to be a part of the show this week. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna goof off. I'll give you guys a reference point. I forgot to do that, but yeah, We've all kind of been around each other for a minute. I mean, like when we started the Kokomo Press open mic, like obviously with Davey, I've seen you before that when we used to go to the old open mics that were running around the town. But then we started the Kokomo Press open mic, and then I met you at that mic. We had a nice Muncie contingency coming through. We
a little bit,
4 or 5 of you guys.
And at that point, I hadn't been performing for a little minute.
Yeah, and you came through, and I just remember seeing your set and be like, "Oh God, this guy's hilarious." Yeah. And then we booked at a bar in Muncie. I don't like to say the name anymore because I feel like I'm just kidding. We can
be here now. Yeah,
I got no problem. Be here now.
Everybody knows, man.
Everybody knows be here now. We booked that. They're great. I love Alexa. She's great. And so like we booked there, and one of the first things we talked about was like, you know, you were like, I used to run that shit there, and I'm like, oh man. So we had a good conversation. You kind of clued me into some stuff, and I just appreciate when people are like, hey, you know,
just
take care of yourself. You know,
head on a swivel.
Hell yeah. But it's been a fun time, man. Just the years. I mean, how long have you been doing comedy for?
September 12th, it just popped up in my Facebook memories, is my 10th year.
Oh, shit. Let me give you that. That's some good shit. Davey, you're around that, aren't you? Where are you at?
Dude, I started, my first set was, I was like 18 or 19 at Morty's down in Indy.
Nice.
And then Brian got me off my ass, dude, and started doing it again when we like really clicked up at what house show was that?
That's a good question. I came through. I hadn't even started doing comedy. I was a comedy writer at that point with the Kokomo Scanner 2.0, but I wasn't like doing comedy yet. Not staged. I never saw myself as a comic, to be honest. Like all my friends were funnier than me growing up. Like, you know, Andrew Taylor. Like my buddy Andrew Taylor is one of the funniest guys on the planet, and I started doing. I always thought like, I'm funny, but my friends are funnier. And then when I was like, I don't have to be the funniest person in the group to still be funny on stage. It's a whole different thing.
Different muscle.
It took a minute to realize that, and then Brian got me off my ass and said, you should come out here and do this. So I tried it. Still didn't fall in love with it for a minute. It took me a minute to fall in love with it, like, because I was just like, I don't know about this. Whereas like Sean, when I met you, was at an open mic. Like
at an open mic. I actually met this guy first time I ever did comedy in my life. We then became neighbors.
I forgot about that. Didn't think about the apartment.
But I'll be at 6 years in like a week or 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you start?
Here at the other open mic.
Yeah. Okay. I got
Flying Tiger. We can say it.
Yeah. I've never attended, but
BT.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think many people. I'm kidding. I don't need to throw shots. I'm being a dick.
I was too earlier.
I know. It's one of those things where it's like a lot of the three of us all started there, right. And everybody from our, I would say, what would you call? I always say draft class. What do you guys say? Like because we all started. Like I know you started way before then, but we were all kind of the same age. We all kind of like had the same type.
It's like that class of open micers. Like we all went to the same open mics. We're all kind of like growing at the same time, like kindergarten. You know what I'm saying?
Like you have Calvin Turner.
Yeah, right? He started a little bit after me. But like some people that most of the people that I started with don't do comedy anymore.
Which,
like, you kind of people just like go by the wayside. But yeah, like when I because how I went is like I did it once. Yeah. Scariest moment of my life. Everybody knows. Like, and then I did it again at Be Here Now, and then I probably didn't do it again for another like 6 or 7 months. And then at that time, that's how I met Jacob Harder. And,
those guys. Yeah, he was doing it for a while too.
He was running it, so then that's when I kind of like started getting more comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
Then my daughter came.
She just had a birthday.
This is my oldest daughter. Okay, but yeah, my youngest daughter did have a birthday. Happy birthday, Shuri. Yeah, she's 4. But my oldest daughter came. I took a little break, and then since then it was like off to the races when she was born. I was like, all right, I'm back at it now.
Yeah, we're all fathers in here. That's something we all have in common as well. We're not just comedians, but we're also fathers.
Yeah,
we all take care of our kids. We don't,
try to.
Yeah, try to. I know you have it on stage.
Man.
You have a hilarious bit about that. So. Yeah. It's fun, man. Like being a father is fun. It definitely helps with material. You know what I mean?
It does.
Writes itself almost.
Yeah.
It really does.
Like we all have jokes about our kids in our set, and like are all so different.
Yeah,
like, that's
crazy. What's crazy. Yeah,
it is a wild. Like I said, Davey has
very bright, like a broad spectrum of children's behavior, and it's going to affect your jokes too. Like, if my kid was well behaved, I wouldn't have good material. So I'm kind of lucky he's a dickhead.
I love like pulling from different places. Like you have to, because I've noticed like doing these roasts. I think the weirdest part of, because you've done the roast battles, Kevin King and Indy and stuff at what is that? What's Planetary Brewing?
Yeah,
Greenwood.
Good, nice place.
Yeah, it's a nice place. And you did it at Crackers too, right? You were.
So I did it like when I first started doing it. We started out. It was called. Oh, now I'm drawing a blank. Roast Wars. Yeah, Roast Wars.
Okay.
And we started at a little dive bar on the south side. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But we started doing it there. Kind of. It was in a cage. It was kind of cool. And then he started expanding. We started doing like certain like little venues, and then eventually it was supposed to be the Roast War Championship at Crackers, but nobody ever won the championship.
Yeah, that's weird.
But it was fun. So like I did probably like 7 or 8 matches there.
Yeah.
And then and then
I had heard like it preceded you. Like it was something somebody told me that like he was really good at the roast.
Yeah, I don't think
it was me.
Yeah, it was you.
The guy that beat me last. Yeah. No, I think I probably lost maybe twice the whole time I did it, and I'd done like all that at that time.
It was funny because like we did. Like I was talking to Brian after we did the Slugfest roast battle, which was really fun. Having you there, having Pierce there, having Zach. Like those are 3 Muncie guys, and you guys are all doing Harvestfest this year. Which if you guys don't know about that, now you know. Go make sure you check out Harvestfest. We're going to be doing that October 4th. That's only a couple weeks away, or a week and a half, or a week and 5 days.
It's
at this
point.
Good
damn time.
Guys.
It's a blast.
Davey's done it the first 3 years. He did it with us. This is the first year he didn't hit me up and say, "Hey, put me on Harvestfest," or he would be on this flyer as well. But we have a great lineup of people. Some people returning, like obviously Pierce Clott, obviously Michael Howard's returning, Brian, me, Sean, and then we've got some different names. Like there are some names that are no longer on this show.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of different things are happening. So if you guys are gonna have a good time, come check out Harvestfest October 4th. You're gonna be there.
Yep.
You're gonna be there.
I'll be there.
It's gonna be fun, man. My band Grey Garden is actually gonna be headlining the show this year. So
nice.
That's gonna be fun. So if you guys come out and you stay a little late, you can see Grey Garden's set there. There is talk that this might be the final version of Harvestfest. It might get rebranded. We might do something different because there's been some recent changes, so we feel like we might have to, just kind of start anew, man. Like a Phoenix
fresh start,
reborn.
Man.
The Phoenix Fest. I'm just kidding. That'd be horrible. That sounds like a
press fest.
Once again, not call you.
Sounds like a gender neutral festival. Hi, I'm Phoenix. Welcome to my festival.
Hello.
Yeah. No, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. And also, obviously, we're gonna be at well, my button's not working. Well, never mind. We're not going to be anywhere. I'm just kidding. We're going to be at Bowl Over with Laughter and this Friday, September 26th, at the North End Pub, Indianapolis. Myself, Brian West. We're going to have Brandon Stetler from the Lafayette area. Obviously, Davon Shoemaker is going to be our feature. Whitney White from Indy, and the great Tyson Cox is going to be headlining that show. This is only our second show there.
It's a good lineup.
Okay, so you've done one before there.
We did one a couple months ago in July with our headliner was Patrick Murray, and our feature was the great Sean D. So
nice.
Absolutely killed. It was. It was
Big
a great
Daddy
show.
Dalrymple.
I know, dude. He killed, dude. It was so good. And then we had like Chelsea Sneddon. We had who else? I
think I've seen that. I remember that poster.
Evan Ham. It was fun. Evan Ham was our guest spot, and then I think we had
Evan Ham is very funny.
Von Juan.
Vaughn. I like that guy.
Evan Ham is funny, and he's new. There's a lot of these new guys. They come out the gate hot.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like,
bro, it's kind of intimidating. Like
it
I said,
is.
I did this shit first time when I was 19. I'm 34 now. Bro. Like, damn, some of these guys out here booking shows out of state. And shit.
Well, we didn't start in a comedy boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
They kind of did, and honestly, there's so many mics in Indy and so many shows in Indy. They get up a lot.
These young bucks are smart though. They film their sets. I'm an idiot. I'm like, I'm trying to do it the fucking way the old comics did.
I always film my sets, but I'm such a perfectionist that I'm like,
it's never gonna see the light of day.
Yeah. It's like I could do that. I could have just did that a little bit better.
Yeah,
this shot could have been a little bit
perfect.
better. No, you guys got to put it out.
Truly authentic. When I know, like, if you know you're being filmed compared to not knowing you're being filmed, you got that little bit of an edge of authenticity that you don't if you know you're being filmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like you're almost putting on an act. Like, I was wondering about that when we was chit-chatting before you started, the podcast. Like, imagine doing this with, like, Larry the Cable Guy. Somebody who doesn't really talk like that. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm Jordan. We're this Kokomo Press. And all of a sudden he's like, get her done.
Yeah,
and you're like, what the fuck? We was just talking normal as shit.
Puts it right on.
You got no accent, dickhead.
Well, we had a guy, I don't want to say his name. Yeah, like, Sean knows what I'm talking about. So we had a really eventful open mic this week, which reminds me, if you guys are out there and you want to check out an open mic every week in Kokomo, it's absolutely free. It's at the High Mark. It's every Thursday. It starts at 8 p.m. Come hang out at 7, though. We hang out at 7. We got 15 comic spots. We got comics coming all over Indiana. Like I said, Davon Shoemaker coming all the way from Muncie, Indiana, comes through the open mic every once in a while. We've got people from Indy. I mean, we've even had people come all the way. Like, we had a lady drive all the way from North Carolina on her way to the World Series of Comedy in Milwaukee, saw our open mic, was like, I'll stay in Kokomo tonight and do the open mic. Showed up and did the open mic. So
that's dope.
Like I said, man, you guys have done a great job, bro.
Sherry Heineke from Michigan. We had we had this like British dude from Illinois that popped in. He was just like, I'm British. I don't think he was putting on. I think he was really British.
What's his name?
Truly. Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
Okay. He didn't do like music and stuff like that.
It was probably a sir.
Okay, because I know a British guy.
Is Dan? I think his name's Dan or Dave or I don't know. We get so many Dans at the mic. It's hard to. We got Dan West. We got Brian West. We got Dan Head. We've got me getting head. We got all the, hopefully fiance. Are you listening? No, just kidding. No. We've been together 6 years. Head is gone.
Gone, it's a wrap.
Cabeza no more.
No
me and Charlie Shirt getting head shots. Hurt.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
No more headshots. No.
That's more of a neck shot.
Yeah, it was more of a neck shot. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's another name for head. Getting neck. You know what I mean?
Blood pearl necklace.
We had this guy come through the mic this week, and he was a normal type of comic.
Open mic.
Like a weirdish guy. And I don't want to be offensive. So everybody's like, all right, well, let's see what happens when this guy gets up, because he had business cards. He gave everybody a business card, and he said the same thing. He was like, here's a business card. You want it or not, here's a business card. So
I'm taking it.
Like, okay.
I'm taking it.
Okay, we'll take the business card. So he gets up on stage and he does a redneck, like, Southern character. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, oh, he's doing a character. Sweet. Let's see what he's doing. It was all bear puns.
The entire 5 minutes was bear. It was interesting. Honestly, it was the most interesting. It was probably the most interesting set of the night. We can all agree. It was
for sure.
But
no, yours was.
Mine ended up being, but that's a whole different reason. But he broke kayfabe. Here's my thing: if you're gonna come through and do a character, I don't want you to talk to me normal when you get there. Keep the kayfabe. He was like, my name is Bill, and here's my thing, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, cool.
Treat that shit like a wrestler, man.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're off the mic, even, you got to fucking
But he came in there and was like, hey, talking normal. And then when he's on stage, he kind of walked into and I was like, oh, you threw me off. If you just talked like that the whole time, you would have got me. I would have been so interested.
Yeah, hook, line, and sinker. With that one. Yeah.
I think I was just so confused at where the accent came from that it took me half a set to realize,
So that happened? I just brought the Larry the Cable Guy thing? That's
dude,
I
swear to God. Yeah.
That's wild.
You weren't even there this week. That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah.
Those are my favorite type of sets at open mics. Because open mics, if you're not a comedian, open mic comedy, when you're actually doing it to and not just starting out and you're actually doing it to work and it can get annoying really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Real fast. But those are my favorite types of sets. So it just came out of nowhere, and I'll be the only person back there laughing.
I was laughing.
It's not necessarily funny, but it's just this dude's a fucking character, and this is hilarious that he just came with this much confidence.
I love it.
Yeah, the confidence can sell some shitty jokes. Oh,
sometimes.
Man. If you deliver it and you're like, okay, I don't care if you laugh or not, that kind of makes it funny. You know what I mean? That
gives my entire mystique.
yeah. I mean, truly.
He drove 2 hours, and that's my thing. Is 2 hours to do nothing. The funny thing is, he didn't.
It sounds funny.
It wasn't. It didn't suck. It was just interesting.
After the fourth bear pun, I'd have been like, all right, you got me.
No, it was the entire 5 minutes.
That's great. I mean, you got a lot to work with bear puns, man.
Yeah. Well, he was going ham, and then when people would talk, bring it up in their set, they'd be like, "Oh, we're talking about bears, or whatever." He'd be like, "Oh, are you very smart of you?" And we're like, "Dude, he's still
simple puns." So we was going real simple.
Getting it.
He did he strung a lot. You know what I mean? It was kind of weak. I want to listen back to it, the audio, because we take out audio every show, and usually we usually do the show on Thursdays. Obviously, if you come out to the open mic, you will see every Thursday. And if you don't know about open mics, you can come out and find out. It's pretty fun. But every Friday at work, I'll listen to the entire show back.
Hell yeah.
Usually make sure I listen to my set first, and then I'll listen to the whole show, and then I'll listen to my set in the show, and then usually I'll listen to my set again the next week.
Just because yourself.
Well, I hate it. The entire time I hate it because I'm literally picking myself apart.
We're comics. We're all full of ourselves. I record every single person who performs a little bit is full of themselves.
I get cringed out when I watch my own comedy.
Yeah, I know. I can listen better than I can watch, which is why the audio.
I at least record every single one of my sets. Even I probably recorded the roast battle. Yeah. It's just muscle memory. All right, I'm about to get on stage. Let me record this.
Yep.
Just record the audio.
It's important because then you can see, especially for timing purposes. Yep. You might think of it. You might say a new tag on stage that you never had plans to say. It just popped in your head, and then you'll forget it forever. So for me, listening back is I hate it every single time, but it's so important because I'm not going to get better.
It's like hearing your voice for the first time, though, when you're recorded. You think you sound so different, and you hear yourself on a video or something, you're like, I sound like that?
I got to be honest, it's a godsend to me that does it.
I probably haven't sent to you in a while either. You got to remind me.
No, but you listen to it, and then you'll text me and be like, hey, that new joke you tried at the mic, here's a new tag for it.
There you go.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I'm annoying.
You got that writer mentality, bro. That's it. That's all it is.
I'm so much better. I wish I was better at doing it for me. I'm better for everybody else because I'm like, ooh, I didn't think of that. I have 50 things word association that you didn't think of because that was your premise. But with my premise, I've already thought of my word association. I always wait. I'm doing it to these guys. I hope one day they'll just message me out of the blue and be like, hey,
have you tried this? Yeah.
That's funny, people, though. I feel like we've all done that to each other. Or another friend, at least. I mean, if we've not done it to each other in this room, you know what I mean? I've had buddies get off stage and I'm like, hey, bro, that was great, but you could try to do a mannerism with it or something. Or you're talking about smoking a cigarette, act like you're smoking a cigarette. Something simple like that, just to add something to it.
Yeah.
And I just think that's just the
Have you ever considered humping the stool? Have you
ever pretended the microphone was your penis? No one's ever done that.
And just let it swing.
That's so original.
Me and this guy have literally drove home from Fort Wayne doing the open mic at Summit City talking about how, there was a black comic that he used the mic as a stick.
It is a trope, man. It is. we had a guy, a rapper, come through. Harv was his name. He's from Marion, actually, from Marion and Kokomo. He does this weird like Marion versus Kokomo thing on his. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I have no reason why I am, but I am because he was just so funny.
Yeah.
He started getting tons of face tattoos and writing sad like emo stuff. But he came on stage and he was like, "I've never done comedy before," and everybody was like, "Woo!"
We can tell. We can tell.
He humped the stool for like half the set. And I was like, "This guy knows his shit.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it."
He had Comic View growing up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we all grew up on. Comic View is my shit. That's what I grew up watching.
Mine was Comedy Central Presents, actually.
Oh, those are good
30-minute sets that they did. That was the first time I seen like Adam Ferrara, Dane Cook even was on there, and he back then he was not plastic surgeoned up and shit. He looked normal.
I mean,
he was insane.
We can't front on Dane Cook.
He really
Dane Cook was fucking that man.
We grew up in the height of that.
He was selling stadiums out, big stadiums. I mean,
before anybody.
It's kind of like when people shit on Carrot Top. Like, bro, you go do a fucking residency in Vegas. You've got a residency in Vegas for what, 20 years probably?
To this day.
Fucking shut up. Carrot Top's
I like Carrot Top. He's funny.
He's funny.
He's interesting. He looks interesting. He's got an interesting look.
One of the best movies ever made, Chairman of the Board.
I've never actually seen that. No.
I just know the joke from Norm.
Awful.
I just know the Norm thing making fun of. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
I love that. One of the best.
Norm.
Norm's one of my favorite comics of all time. Like he's between Norm. I grew up loving Greg Giraldo, Nick Swardson, Norm, and Patrice. Those are like my four favorites. Like Patrice always got me because he just did not give a having somebody on stage that didn't give a fuck is just it's a whole different level.
But with a sense of like intelligence. Like I'm talking shit, but I'm also kind of like
preaching.
I'm giving you like the word right now. Like,
that preaching.
I'm telling you why women ain't shit.
It's the donkey punch. You don't know what the donkey punch is. Everybody used those. Like you would see them do those, and you would go back to school the next day and be like, hey.
Yeah. I think that's all. Like comedians did that. Like, oh, I gotta use that tomorrow. We're gonna see if that one works.
You guys ever run into the issue? I've been running into this lately, and it's like as soon as people hear that I do stand-up comedy, and I'm not a comic by no means. I just do this shit for fun. You know what I mean? I'm not
You're a comic.
I mean, I try, but you know what I mean? I still got a job as a union. You know what I mean? It's not paying the bills.
Yeah.
But I love it when people are like, oh, yeah, well, I've been told I was funny one time, and I should do stand-up. I should do stand-up.
I tell them, do you?
I tell people, I'm like, oh, try it out, man. Go try it out.
They never do.
We had two guys from work that did it.
So I'm not the only comic.
But you'll gain all my respect if you get up there and just do it one time.
Just try it.
Yeah.
Just try it. Because, I mean, and the funny thing is they'll end up respecting you more.
So that happens to you guys too, though? Do you hear people say that? Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is I've had other comics be like, I hate when I tell people I'm a comic, and they're like, oh, really? Tell me a joke. And I'm like,
yeah. You don't tell me you work at Subway, and I go make a sandwich, bitch.
You know what I say every time? Because it's usually my family or anything, or like somebody that, because I've been doing it for so long. Everybody in my city knows, like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
They were like, tell me a joke. I'm like, how much money you got on here?
Yeah.
When I tell jokes when I don't want to,
I love it.
I need some money. Because usually when I tell jokes and I don't want to, somebody gives me some money for it.
Yeah, you don't go, I work at Chrysler, and you're like, all right, well, put my transmission together for me, then, motherfucker, show me. Like, no, I'm not.
But I do tell people, I was like, well, just take one of your jokes that's like you have a one-liner, just use a one-liner. And to me, I think of it, at the beginning, I would think all the time of being like, fuck you. Like, I'm doing this.
What I've started doing.
Advertise.
Come on.
I'll try to slide it into the conversation. Like, I'll naturally try to do a set. Not a set, but like just one of my bits.
Yeah, just riff.
And then if it does well with the crowd that's already asked me to do a joke, I'm like, hey, by the way, if you came and seen me, you would know that that's one of my fucking sets right there. That's one of my bits, you know?
It's smart, man. I think I have a couple of I was joking with Shauna recently about this, is that I have a couple of jokes that I wrote that are quick hitters, because like when you're starting a set, like you want to get a laugh as quickly as possible. Like, and I know like Brian has two of my favorite. I'm not gonna do them because they're his, but he has two of my favorite quick hitters. Like I can just call them quick hitters. I don't know verbiage, but that's in my head. I'm like, here's a quick hitter. You know what I mean? You come on stage and you say something that gets him. Sean has one. Sean has a really good like a finishing. He has a finishing move. You've been fantastic. I've been Sean D. I love that.
I like that too. Yeah.
It's like I maybe would be too in my head to do that, but you do it, and it like I remember it every time, and I love the way you finish it. Like
I try to have like a sign off. You know what I mean? Like this has been my set. I always say like I'm Davey Mumaw. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of got that from Chevy Chase. You know what I mean? Like when he did the Weekend Update on SNL, he'd say I'm Chevy Chase and you're not.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I kind of remember that shit. So.
You do.
I hate coming off stage because that's what I'm like. I know. I usually say that's my time.
Yeah,
I've been Davon Shoemaker.
That's my time is the industry standard.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been my time. I've been blah blah. Have a good night.
Yeah.
That's how I end up doing that.
I'm going to go bum a ride home now. So you guys
also, buy some merch.
Yeah,
please. Go online. Give me $1. That was the cool thing about that. I did that Riff Raff show on Friday, which shout out Whitney White. She's going to be with us, like I said, in Lafayette. She's going to absolutely kill it there. I know she will. She's so funny. But she also had me on this Riff Raff Rumble. It was the first time they've ever done this. Mm-hmm. It was a competition show. It had like Patrick Murray, Andy's Funniest was on there. Cole Peterson, who is the bucket guy. Yeah. His mic, you pull something out of a bucket every time and have to riff on it. Like, I knew he was going to be good.
That's a cool concept. I can dig that.
Great. We just started a couple times. We just started it at our mic. We actually have a bucket now, and it's called the Cole Peterson Memorial Bucket, so people think he's dead. It's funny because you might kill, you might not.
Yeah. Like, where's his wife and kids? We'll give some money.
Yeah.
He's over there if you want to talk to him.
Cole Peterson Memorial, either kill or die. Kill or die. But yeah, it's a fun thing that he does, and like Zach DeSubo, Crystal Evans, we had a lot of great people. Another guy, Anthony Von Meter, man.
I don't remember.
Anthony V is what he goes by. Very interesting. He's in a band called like Slither or something like that too. He has like a Slug or something. Mm. It's a really weird name.
Kind of getting around without legs, right?
Might be Slut. It might just be Slut. Yeah, which you could get a snail trail there. You get some. But he showed me his band, and then I was like, this guy's cool because I'm in a band too, and I also do comedy. What's up, brother?
It comes back to that old saying. They say all rock stars want to be comedians, and all comedians want to be fucking rock stars. Yeah. And I think that's so true.
Yeah, very true.
I forget there was an old comic, and he was on one of them Comedy Central Presents back in the day. Yeah. He had a bit, and it was like his ender, and he was like, every comic wants to do the coolest move ever, and he's like, it's the upside down microphone, and he fucking does it. And it was pretty funny.
I think Dane Cook actually.
It might have been.
I wish I was a rock star so bad. And he was like,
that could have been actually. Yeah.
Bill Burr also is one of those guys that's used that phrase where every comedian, because I want to be like John Bonham on the drums.
Yeah, he's a beast on the drums too, I guess.
Yeah. Well, according to him, he's not good, but that's because he's putting himself.
Anybody that brings and mentions up Primus as one of their favorite bands, and then he knows that Brain is their fucking drummer, you gotta trust their taste in music, because that's such a fucking fan. He's a phenomenal drummer, and no one gives him credit, because if you listen to Primus, it's just surrounded by Les Claypool's nasty bass. That dude's sick. And so the fact that Bill Burr points out the fact that their drummer's amazing too, I've always respected the hell out of that.
If you know music, you know that if you have a good bass player in a band, you have to have a good drummer. Because the rhythms, that's the rhythm section.
Yeah, they're holding it down.
If the drummer can't keep up with the bass, then the band sucks.
Yeah.
Like you could have a bassist that's okay with a really phenomenal drummer, and that's okay.
He'll carry with the bassist.
But a crazy bassist, you have to have a good drummer. It's like the drummer from what's his name? I'm gonna fuck his name up. That Chad from Red Hot Chili Peppers. What's his name? Chad. The one they always say looks like Will Ferrell.
I
can't remember his name. It's Chad.
Ochocinco, I think. Chad Ochocinco.
I think.
Huh?
It's like a.
Is it Chad Smith?
Name.
It's like something crazy.
It is Chad Smith.
Yeah,
good job.
Chad Smith. He did the other half, but he's such a phenomenal drummer. And if Flea gets a lot of credit because of how good it's like the both of them together. You have to have a good rhythm section. You know what I mean? It's nothing like Flea looking like an insane person, and
nothing like Anthony Kiedis talking about California for an hour.
Yeah.
I love that
guy. There's something about Other Side though. That song hits me every time. Every time I listen to that song, how long
from the other side. No, I was playing. Isn't that like an Adele song or some shit? Who sings "Hello from the Other Side"?
Yeah, that is.
Oh, that's Hello. Hello. No. That was like a meme forever.
Yeah, it was.
That was the funniest meme ever too. That's one of the I like memes. I'm always gonna like memes. You're not gonna take that from me.
I think that's our millennial generation.
That's our shit.
It comes back to like when people find out you're a comic. I've had girls be like, "Oh, this is my dad," and Dad be like, "I heard you do comedy," and then they'll spit you like a typical dad joke. Be like, "You can use that one if you want." As they fucking nudge you 1,000 times.
Least favorite
you can use that one if you want.
I'll use your street joke.
No, I'm not gonna use this
joke.
Let me use your street joke. Two guys walk into a bar. Like, no, dude, I'm not using that, dickhead. Get out of my face.
Well, I had the weirdest.
That's why your daughter's with a guy like me.
The weirdest thing happened when I met my fiance Shelby. Her dad he was a comic. He started with Jerry Goebel actually in Indy. They were comics.
He's a legend. Yeah.
They started together. They were like, and he kind of stopped doing it over time. He still wrote like because he unfortunately he passed away this last November.
I'm sorry.
For her, she's her fucking dad. He was a great guy, but missed a lot. But they were going through his stuff and they found like all his old jokes, and I was like, "You mean my new jokes?" I'm just kidding.
I like this one.
I'm taking it. I'm just kidding. I was like, I'm sure he did. He's looking down at me, being like, "This motherfucker
stolen."
You'd be cursed for sure. There'd be like some hex on you or something.
That new joke, Sean?
And you just blow up. You just fucking take off in your comedy career. Just telling her dead guys jokes.
I
was like,
I wrote that stand at work the other day. I'm just I wrote a new joke that Brian and Sean are like really into. So like that's why they're like, you killed this last. I was like, I did one good joke. Yeah, it was fun. We had a crazy person. That's really the story from this last week. Is we did have a crazy person at the open.
I fucking missed
two of them.
I'm so upset.
So give me the story.
Had one. So okay, I'm on stage. I have a lot of new stuff I'm working on. We also incorporated the bucket for the first time when I made an announcement early because I was producing. I was like, hey, we've got these flashcards and we've got markers. If you have just a couple phrase or a couple words, put it on and we'll put it in the bucket. People can pull one out. And everybody was doing it all night, one thing out of the bucket. Right. It was pretty fun. And so I was closing it out. Usually whoever we have close it out, we usually let them do like a little bit more time. Right. And we'd kind of let everybody do like 7 already all night instead of 5. So I was like, I'm gonna do like 10. So I went up there, I did my new stuff. I did a couple of old things that I haven't done in a minute. And it was going really well. Well, while I was finishing up, these 2 guys walking in, and one guy's like talking about, my flip flop. And then somebody was like, what the hell? And they walked right in the middle of everything being loud. And like, if you know the doors at the Highmark, one of the reasons why I like that room, or I thought that room would be great to do comedy, is the doors are like here. And if you go right when you go in, you can go to the bar area. If you go left, you go to where the seating is.
Yeah, you can avoid walking through if you don't want to watch the comedy.
There's a partition. Yeah. And you can sit on the other side. And if you talk and you're a little loud, it'll be annoying, but at least we're like all can, like you're not looking at us while we're talking. You know what I mean? It's not rude. Right. And so they come through and they kind of walk through, and I thought maybe they just went the wrong direction, but they were loud and we made a joke. And then I kept doing bucket pulls. And so then they come in and sit down, and we're all clocking them. Everybody's kind of annoyed. Right. I'm a student of like, before you attack an audience member, you want the audience to be annoyed with them. Yep. Because I'm 7 years in. I haven't been doing it that long, but I'm obsessed with comedy. I watch a lot of comedy, a lot of advice shows and stuff. And it's smart, because then if you get the crowd on your side, then you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. And then from what I've heard, what could happen can happen.
Yeah. I just was like, hey, you guys doing good? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, what are you guys out doing tonight? And they're like, oh, we came here to enjoy the show. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, hey, I'm pulling some bucket pulls. And I'm like, so I'm pulling them out, and they start jibber jabbering some more. And
drunk?
I do this. Yeah. It seems like they walked in drunk. And I do this thing. I've been doing, this is season 6 of this podcast. I can listen and talk at the same time pretty well. Like I can listen to an entire conversation and so I'm over here doing this, and I'm doing bucket pulls, trying to think things out, but I'm also listening to conversation. And I hear one of the guys talking to the other guy about hitting on my girlfriend, my fiance, which... Yeah, we've been going to this bar for, I think we've only been doing it for like maybe 6, 7, 8 shows, and I've already had like 3 dudes hit on my girl. It happens, dude. She's hot. I don't blame you,
man. People are drinking.
Right. Yeah, and it's like in my head, I'm like, you don't be with a bad bitch if you don't want her to get hit on. Like,
there we go.
Like, you can't be an idiot. Like, that's just how I look at it. You can't. It's like, that's the Patrice, you know. You don't want to fuck her up and make her foul. Like, you got to keep her hot. You know, like that's what he says. Like, you can't get with a hot bitch and then make her ugly. Like, that's not. Then you don't want her no more. And it's the same thing with him. I got to be able to fish so you know how to act. It's one of my favorite bits he's ever done. But that I can hear it happening as I'm doing stuff on stage, and then finally, like, I'm talking, and then I hear somebody over here. Courtney says something. I think it was Courtney. She always starts the shit because she's like listening to it, and she just goes, "Hey, can you guys just be quiet? Like, can you guys just shut up or something like that?" And they're like, "What?" And then Adam, our intern, was like, just fucking leave, like, and everybody, and then all of a sudden Brian starts going, and then you just watch, like, and there's like 25 of us, 30 of us in there, and there's 2 dudes, and they just start, and we got a table full of young people that we got people that are just there to see the show, and I felt bad for them. I was trying to, and then the guy was like, they started arguing with him, and they were like, well, we're trying to enjoy the show, we're trying to watch him do comedy. He's like, he's pulling things out of a bucket, he doesn't even write jokes, and they're like, and I kind of did one of these. Like, he has no idea what's happening. I just did an entire set and
you got it off one little piece of paper.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about, bro? He's like, you don't even know how to write. And then I was like, really, dude? And then he says, I'm like, I'm funnier than this guy. I was like, oh, you're funnier than me. All
Here you go.
Cool,
should give him time.
Yeah. And Shelby was like, give him the mic. And I was like, hell no. I was like, that's the last thing I'm doing to a heckler is getting them a fucking mic. Yeah. You're not taking my mic. This is my time, bitch. Like, and this is the end of the show. You come at the end.
Closing?
Yeah, I'm closing it out. It was literally the last like 3 minutes of of the show, these guys came.
Yeah, that's a way to fucking take all the air out of the room right there, man. That sucks.
Oh, so all this is going on. Brian, the barman says, "Fuck it, I'm getting these guys out of here," because they were causing issues, and they were trying to get them out, and everybody was arguing. There was a lot of yelling back and forth, like, leave, like, shut the fuck up, shut up, get the fuck out, we'll beat your. And then he starts going. Brian's like, get the fuck out. Like, Brian starts getting mad, serious, like getting pissed, and the dude was like, I'll beat your fucking ass. He's like, oh, you'll beat me off. He's like, I'll beat your ass. He's like, oh, you're gonna beat me off. It was so funny. I started laughing on stage. So everybody comes back in. They finally get the fuck out. We all cheer because the barman.
Shout out the bartender. I heard, right?
Fucking great.
The bartender came to the rescue.
Everybody tipped the shit out of him. He was nice. Fuck.
He's a bigger fella too, man. He's not like a chump.
And he's melancholy as shit too.
He's a cool guy. Usually the quiet ones you fucking look out for too, man.
And he's just real chill. Like he doesn't go too high or too low. Right. And we're filming the bar on a Thursday night. Yeah. And I don't know how it typically is there, but when I see the regulars come in, there's like 4. Yeah. So like we're filming the bar. He appreciates it. Like he's making money. And so all this is happening. So everybody kind of gets back down, sits down. I'm like, I say a couple of things. I'm like, fucking sorry guys, blah blah blah. And they're like, man. And somebody said something about it just sucks. And I was like, it does suck. I was like, it is pretty. I was like, it does suck. I was like, but it could be worse. I could have got shot in the neck. And then the crowd erupts. And then I'm like, I'm Jordan. Good night. Like I just needed one big one before we left. Yep. And the crowd was going crazy. And it was just fun. Everybody was excited. Brian came back on stage, brought me back up, and was like, thank you guys. It was a good. It ended up being real positive at the end. That's good. We were all together. Everybody.
So you guys made lemonade out of it. Some lemons got handed to you, and you guys made lemonade.
Everybody stood up and was ready to fight those dudes.
These dudes. One of the dudes looked like he could probably deal with a couple people punching him. The other guy seemed like he would have folded quick and. Like he had no money.
Brian's exact words were, "I wish you was there." And I was like, why? He was like, he might have snapped off. And I was like, bro, why do you think I'm that guy?
Everybody wanted to.
I'm not that guy, Brian. I got a 13-year-old, bro.
Actually, you know what? He's lucky it was the night Dan Head wasn't there.
Oh, Dan
Head could have murdered.
Dan would have been like, go plate, bitch, and fucking put Nelson
we got like a fucking Kokomo's like best fighter. Like he comes out and does comedy, and he's kind of new at it. He's the sweetest guy. Like he's
usually the fighters are. Usually he's like,
leave that guy alone.
But if you look at his ears, you know not to fuck with him. You know, MMA. Dude, he's a badass too, and he's like I said, he's just so sweet. One night he came out and did an entire set of haikus.
Yeah, it was amazing too.
And it was really fucking good.
Nice,
so good.
When he said it before he started doing it, I was like, we're gonna see how this goes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then he went up and nailed it, man.
Yeah, it's a warrior poetry.
Big swing, big hit.
Yeah, he nailed
one of those things.
He killed that shit.
Nice.
That's one of the
Dan's
things.
a smart guy too, though. That's the thing. You can't be. I don't feel like you can be at least a good comic. You might be able to be a comic and not be that witty or bright.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But to be a successful good comic, I feel like you have to have a level of intelligence, man. If you want to make like up to date jokes, if you want to make jokes that can do callbacks to any of that shit, you know what I mean? You got to have a little bit of wit,
at least
brains behind you.
Either intelligence or a really good perspective, like a point of view. Because there's a lot of people that have like a great point of view. Like, I mean, not to, and I'm sure he's smart, and this isn't like obviously somebody's gonna get mad at this, but I don't give a fuck. Nate Bargatze doesn't come across like he plays the dumbass on stage,
right?
And like a lot of his premises and a lot of his like aren't the most
it's like very simple,
but they're universal. And it's like the point of view is so strong.
Relatability is huge.
Exactly.
If people can relate, you fucking got the room. You know what I mean?
I mean, Larry the Cable Guy is a lot different than what's his real name?
Dwight Whitney or some shit like
that's
that.
Exactly what
Something
it is.
Whitney.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and it's like he's not.
Like I said, bro, it'd be so weird if we just talking like this, and he's like, "All right, I'm Jordan, cue it up," and he's like, "You get her done." You're like, "What the fuck?" And I feel like real rednecks, should be insulted by that shit.
That blew me, like when I found out Undertaker and Kane weren't really brothers. Like, it blew me when I was like, Larry the Cable Guy isn't like that all the time.
Yeah,
but it did make sense. It's like
they're not really brothers.
Like Kane
and
Undertaker don't eat cereal together before school.
Never going to that town in Tennessee. I'll tell you that right now.
Go through there.
Right. Fuck
Glenn
that.
Jacobs.
What were they called? What was their tag team called? Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah.
Kane scared the fuck out of me, bro, growing up. That was scary
they both did.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being so young when he was a concept that was like they were talking about he lost his brother in a fire,
burned and shit,
and then he showed up, and you're like, oh my fucking god,
like the fucking hound in the mountain on Game of Thrones. You're like, this shit's wild.
It's crazy. I love that. Those are the two of my favorite people. Well, not the mountain, but the hound. I like the hound.
The hound was fucking great.
Shout out Tyrion Lannister, dog.
He's supposed to be in something.
Tyrion's the fucking dude, bro. Game of Thrones. Fucking midget, man. Well, not midget, sorry, little person. Made it through the whole fucking series, bro.
Munchkin. No, I'm just No, I just always think of him as from Elf.
Sorry, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
If P.D. listens to this.
Say it, Elf, one more time.
P.D. Dinklage sees this, bro. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you the N-word, bro.
Yeah, that's like,
I heard he's a dick in real life.
Yeah.
Anybody that's in a ska band. Anybody that's in a ska band is probably an asshole.
Anybody who's famous, then you can pick them up. They're probably pissed off. Like,
probably
like, oh, look, it's Peter
I want to see
Dinklage.
Toxic Avenger. I heard it's crazy, to be honest with you.
It looks good.
Yeah.
The Hound. That's the guy that plays the Hound. That's what I was trying to think. He's supposed to be in something. No, it's okay. I just remember what it's in. I was happy we had the time because did you guys watch Ahsoka?
Yes.
I mean, you're a big Star Wars.
Yeah.
I love Ahsoka series with what's her name? Fucking so hot.
shit.
So hot.
Rosario
Dawson.
That's one of
Yeah.
my top 5
So,
female celebrities right there, bro.
The
She's so
guy
beautiful.
that played Balin, I think his name's Balin.
He
passed
died. Oh, he's
away.
going to take it over.
And the Hound is going to take over.
That's
that
good,
role.
actually. That
and
would
it's a
work.
great. I'm
That'll
like,
work.
I like that guy too. I can't remember his
can't
actor's
either.
name, but he was so.
Yeah, he was
so
good. He was good in
that.
everything.
He
yeah.
really was good. He actually was a character
was-
that people started developing as like a favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because his arc was so fucking dope.
Yeah.
You know?
He had this gray Jedi type. I mean,
Bro,
he was
gray Jedi
dark,
vibe,
but he
yeah.
had a gray Jedi vibe, and they haven't done that in live action.
No,
Like,
no, they haven't.
Not really.
No.
Are you excited for the Mandalorian Grogu movie?
No.
No, you're not?
Just because season 3, Star Wars is kind of like Marvel. They're like
Yeah.
kind of at that precipice where, no, I mean, I'll give it to you.
Mandalorian is the one thing that's working in life.
I mean, season 1, season 2 were good. Season 3 could have kept it.
I feel like it was just too much Bo-Katan. That's why with
Yeah.
this movie, it'll be about them. I think it'll be.
Ahsoka halfway was good.
Yeah, it was interesting.
The Acolyte wasn't good at all. There was some
like,
good.
I didn't want to like
the
be a dick,
the cyber fights were fucking. The saber fights were fucking epic.
Really?
And oh man,
Yeah, that was cool.
But the rest of it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, and having that little tiny dude, the little Asian dude, be like the bad, you know?
Yeah,
the big bad. It just-
you kind of seen it coming.
It was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We know we're not dumb. We've been around. And then
I seen
the
like the first 2
Obi-Wan.
episodes of it, and that was it. I
Obi-Wan
stopped
was
watching it.
fine.
Obi-Wan was
didn't like
okay.
it.
It was fine.
I hate to be that
These
guy,
are all
but I couldn't
shows you guys are
stand it.
talking about?
Yeah, these are all.
see,
these are all Star Wars
This
shows.
is wild.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by the Marvel reference? They're just
Yeah, they're just kind of just like
now?
pressing down,
Yeah.
and it's just like
They stopped emphasizing movies, started doing TV shows, and then they oversaturated it
I mean,
to the point that they
streaming's
weren't
taking
good
over,
enough.
bro.
Well,
That's
that's why
it was
they
like
did
during that
because
streaming
Disney got
boom
a
where
streaming
Disney got a
service.
everybody got a streaming service, and and it's not even like streaming other people's. It's got to have original content. Like everybody did the Netflix model, and now everybody's kind of like, let's chill on that shit.
But instead of developing IP, they bought IP,
yep.
and then they forgot why they had the IP.
And why the IP was so successful.
Yeah, they forgot. And I don't know. I'm excited about the Mandalorian Grogu movie. I thought the season 3 of Mandalorian, it was too Bo-Katan heavy, but I still felt like it was interesting. It
okay.
was all right. But I'm how do you feel about Andor?
Hi, it's Sean D. If you enjoy the Kokomo Press Podcast, you should come out to the open mic at the Highmark. That is 3840 South LaFountain Street in Kokomo, Indiana. We do 15 spots on every open mic. You could sign up on the page. You could sign up there. Sign up start at 7:30. Show is always at 8. You'll see people like Michael Howard, Brian Allen West, Jordan Grainger, myself, and you'll also see people from all over Indiana, and we've even had people come from further. Please come out, check out the open mic. If you feel like trying out comedy, this is the place for you. Thanks, guys.
Andor was the greatest thing
Isn't it the
Star
best?
Wars ever put out.
Thank you. Okay, see, I just want to make sure that's not
Is
just
Jon
me.
Favreau making all this shit?
He did
I know he did the Mandalorian,
Grogu. The guy that did Andor, what the fuck is
his
he's
name?
so good.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
He's a great writer.
Pause.
Like he's pause. He reminds me of like almost like a version of what's the dude from The Social Network, Aaron Sorkin. Like the way he writes
the way
dialogue,
he writes, it's so.
If you like, I like dialogue heavy stuff. Like I think if you can say something poetic, it's probably why I write music and stuff. But like the poetry from the first season of Andor with Stellan Skarsgård. Like
Yes.
is he Stellan? Am I crazy?
That's his name.
It's one of them big bastards, bro. They're all big boys.
Well, he's the oldest. He's the dad.
He's their dad.
Oh, yeah, okay.
he's their
From
dad.
Good Will Hunting. The
Yeah,
professor.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He has this like entire monologue that he does in like the lower parts of like I think Coruscant where he's doing. You know, was it Coruscant?
I think Coruscant for
and
sure.
he's like doing this like monologue where he's like, I'm doing a purpose that, I'm trying to make a day that I'll never see. And it was like this. Yeah. It's one of the best like written monologues in Star Wars history. It has to be.
Kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis and like There Will Be Blood. Yeah. Like when he does certain speeches, you're just insane. Like, fuck yeah, dude, do that more. I want to hear 30 more minutes of that shit.
And he's playing this dichotomous character that's playing. He plays like an art dealer that's very like flamboyant.
But then like when he turns it on, it's like
he's like the baddest.
Like even like
damn, I like that.
The way they start telling it and the way they do the second season is so
don't
good.
ruin too much. I'm only like a couple episodes. Okay. I've been trying to go. I want to be able to digest it, and it took me forever to get it because like I'm so fucking busy. But I'm so into it, and it's so good so far.
Oh my god, so much better than like the first season's perfect.
The first season was so good that I'm like, and then I heard the second season had even better. It had even better ratings.
Watch you guys nerd out over this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I didn't like Star Wars as a kid.
No, my father brought me up on it because he fucking loved it, man. You gotta think when our dads were that age, bro. That was
the
top
shit.
Dog. That was the
best. That was like their Marvel, like for real.
Well, it was mind blowing. You know what I mean? That shit was blowing people's literally minds. Like, what the fuck? A galaxy far, far away. What's this?
And they didn't really have a concept. Like sci-fi was like almost rooted more in monsters for the longest time. And when they would do space stuff, it wasn't very good. Star Wars was the first like space movie that captured the zeitgeist in that way, as far as I know. From the people that I talked to. Maybe a little bit Dune. I think Dune might have been a little before.
Dune was like kind of like George kind of got the.
But it was kind of. But Dune was always kind of a little weird.
Yeah. Oh, super. David Lynch made it. Bro. Yeah. That fucking guy. I've got that joke. I'm like, bro, people that say they like grapefruit are the same people that say they like David Lynch. Like, you really don't, but you want to. You're just doing it to be cool. You know what I mean? Explain to me the concept and the fucking story behind Eraserhead. Exactly. It doesn't make a lot of sense, man. It's a crazy movie to watch, but I mean, I love David Lynch too. Like Twin Peaks was dope. All that shit that he made.
I like some David Lynch stuff.
It's been a minute since I've seen that.
Those movies were crazy, but yeah, the fact that he made Dune, like, because I'd seen Dune before I even really knew about David Lynch when I was younger. And I got older, I was like looking in the directors and producers. As you get older, that type of shit. Like if you have any interest in music or movies, the people that created it start becoming interesting to you and shit.
Because you want to find new stuff that's not just. Well, see, kids, when we were younger, we had to know things in order to find new things.
That's so sad, bro.
Yeah, nowadays kids are like, I watched the entire show on TikTok in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? They watch like,
oh, you missed the best part.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way I've watched Young Sheldon. Like it pops up.
Oh man, and it makes me cry and I hate Big Bang Theory, but Young Sheldon's made me cry
about it, man.
I don't know what's up with that TV show.
Fucking Pop's passing away episode, bro.
That's my god, what?
Spoiler alert.
My Pops has passed away, so anything like father son, father daughter shit, I'm crying.
Yeah, it's crazy how the different things that go trending on TikTok over time. Like you brought a new one to my attention that's been going viral everywhere, and now we've got talk a little bit about.
I'm pretty sure it's Davey's son, but
is it? My kid's on there.
There's somebody in.
Talk about the trend first. Yeah.
Okay, so about a month ago, colleges in the Midwest started having accounts on TikTok that were the name of the college and pisser.
Have you seen these? These are crazy. It's true.
It's definitely, you can tell that most of them, it's a water bottle. You only see the stream.
Oh, I've seen this.
And it's the Dexter
they're using Dexter sounds from the show Dexter behind it.
Yeah.
And at the colleges, they were pissing on, like the Purdue pisser was pissing on Ross-Ade Stadium.
There you go.
Like popular places. Like, to be like, I'm willing to do this.
Yeah.
And it started as like a stupid little joke at like one college, and then every college was like,
got their own pisser.
And then now we have the Kokomo
Now we
pisser.
have the Kokomo pisser.
Yeah.
And
we have a Ball State one?
The mayonnaise, the cop car. Yeah.
They're pissing on cop cars?
Yeah, somebody pissed on a cop car.
Put your dick away, kids.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure it's just, like we said, it's probably a water bottle.
Yeah.
Put a little hole at the top.
You don't see the dick on there.
We got that homeless dude on Jefferson and Washington, bro. I've seen that dude's dick more than I've seen my own. Damn, fool.
It's a teenager. I mean, I have a daughter that's a freshman at Kokomo. He has a son.
Yeah.
And my daughter is who showed me the Kokomo one, and she's like, "Oh, the rumor is that it's either Davey's son." No, I'm kidding.
I know it's not my son.
I'll be picking his ass up from juvie again.
Fuck, dude.
Somebody seen your little matchstick, didn't they, dude?
I didn't really piss, Dad. It was a water bottle. How fucking you said you were though?
Like water bottles can't fail for weed, dipshit. All right.
That's one of the.
That's dirty.
That's been a big trend on TikTok in general, but now it's like hitting every city.
Yeah.
And there's people that are like the investigators of the pisser. Like, I'm gonna find you. And
it's crazy because before I left here, there's a school out there in Muncie called Westdale, and it said like the Westdale Pier. Like I just read the headline and I was just like, oh, somebody must have just peed on like. Been jogging and like had to pee or peed on the school.
It's so wild what captivates people.
I know.
Like, what grabs their fucking attention? Like you said, it's only a 10 to 20 second clip. It's on TikTok.
Exactly. And that's what's wild about it is that it becomes like you watch the first video. He sent me the first video. It was like IU pisser or something like that. Yeah. He sent this to me, okay? And for some reason, you watch the first one, and the way the TikTok algorithm is,
it's like, oh, you like that shit, don't you?
I had to keep saying not interested.
Just a bunch of golden shower shit. You just got girls getting pissed off.
Like, next thing I know, I'm fucking like, hey, babe, I have an idea. I don't know what you're doing tonight.
Watch one video. You can't look at your phone in public anymore.
Haven't taken a shower yet.
So I bought this drop cloth.
Yeah. She comes in, she's like, why is there a puppy pad on the floor? I'm like, listen, just lay down.
Let's lock the door.
Yeah, get
just
ready.
A gallon of water and a puppy pad. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
My girl and I already joke too much. Like, if one of us is like, I lay in bed and I'm like, I gotta pee, she'll be like, I'm right here.
That's hilarious.
Or she'll say to her,
it's funny as fuck.
When she's on her period, I'll be like, ooh, strawberry lemonade. All right. Like it's not even real, but we're fucking around. Yeah, they have new strawberry lemonade at Arby's, by the way. It's a lot better than what she has, but it's good.
Like, speaking of roast beef, he's like, strawberry lemonade at Arby's.
I would never, not my fiance. This is my mom. That's my bits about my mom having a which you guys kind of all met when you walked in. My mom was hanging out. Did you see her?
I didn't see her. No.
Right. If you see her, man,
I'll say what's up.
You can say hi to her. She's watching the Charlie Kirk funeral right now. Like she's ideologically captured. It's not a big deal.
It's fine.
Everybody is a little bit nowadays.
Jesus.
No, Courtney. Everybody is. Courtney does all the photos at the open mic. Well, this is one of my photos from last week, and then I realized you can read the actual like the.
Like forensics? You're like, zoom in on that.
Is sucking your girlfriend's dick still gay is what it says. It made me laugh so hard. Not in my book. And all I said was, I was like, I didn't know what to say, so I was holding it up and I was just like, things the Charlie Kirk shooter would say for $500, Alex. Like, I don't really know. Like, stupid shit like that. I like having that type of stuff at the mic because I think it does, like, it gives you a little bit more variety and stuff, and
it keeps it fresh, man. Like you were saying a little bit ago.
It was fun.
It keeps it brand new.
I was wanting to get a bucket for a minute, and I was like, I never have time to go to Lowe's or Menards, so I was like, I need to get a bucket. And then Maddie and I were in Indy. We might be shooting a special for a comic we all know.
Nice.
I want to say it on here because I don't want to bust this shit out, but
nice.
We went down to check out the place where he wants to do like a little bit of recon and kind of talk a little bit business. But we went down and checked it out, and when we were down there, we stopped by Firehouse Subs, and they actually sell like pickle buckets.
Oh, nice.
Like they sell their pickle bucket for like $4. So I was like, fuck, this is cooler than just having a Lowe's or Menards.
Meant to be, bro. Just
and it says pickle on it and fire. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So we have a 5-gallon. I was going to get a 3-gallon, but I have a 5-gallon.
Now,
bucket.
when you guys do that, are you letting the audience pick that shit out? Or
no, you
as comics picking it out?
Yeah, it's on the we put it on the table and then you just pull it
I wasn't sure about that.
And you can write a few when you come out to the mic. Just write a few suggestions if you don't mind.
5. Like we would tell people to do like 5 of them. You know, fold it up, throw it in there.
That's a good idea.
Pick your color. Like what I've been telling people is like whatever color you use, then you can avoid that color because there's like 5 different colors, so then you can route so you don't end up.
Nice.
Well, certain people think improv's kind of corny, and cheesy, and it can be. Don't get me wrong, but there's an art to that shit. Coming up on the fly with ideas.
The riffing, and it's like it's good to keep you on your toes because you never know
what happens. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes your jokes aren't working. You just
crowd work.
I remember when I first started. And I would bomb.
You'll get 20 million views.
I would bomb. I might have 5 minutes of material and watch it turn into 2. Like you just throwing them all out, and you're just like,
as quick as possible.
I have 3 more minutes, and I have no more jokes.
Yeah. So, do you guys? I'm not a huge fan of Kill Tony, but I was watching one of the newer episodes, and there's this guy on there who's trying to like break the format. Kind of. He's called Timmy No Breaks. Have you?
I fuck with him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Kill Tony. I don't like.
Is he just going like?
He looks like Woody if he came to life from Toy Story. I don't fuck with Hinchcliffe at all.
He was making fun of he was doing like a dice character, like hey. And
I don't understand that though. That's the only thing I don't fuck with about Tom. Like, is it Timmy or Tommy?
Timmy No Breaks.
Okay,
Timmy No Breaks.
Big T to the B. That dude. He like it's just. They even call him out the first time he goes up. They're like, "All right, so you just did a minute of dice," and he's like, "Who's that?
Who
guy?
the fuck's that?"
Yeah,
but like
same with that kid that looks like Mitch Hedberg. They got a Mitch Hedberg like rip off.
That's his thing, I think.
And I'm like, we can't do that as comics. We can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, his whole
That'd
concept.
be like me doing your set after you got off, and then the next week you doing my set. You know what I'm saying? We just be.
He's trying to break the format.
Like,
he's making fun of he's taking the piss out of it. Like, not to go back to what we were just talking about, but he's taking the piss out of it because like one of the times he goes up there and he's doing it, he's like he's doing the we talked about this before, but he's doing the so what you work? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, crowd
no,
work,
I can't do that. What do you do for a living? No, that doesn't work.
He's like shutting down the crowd work.
So he's doing this whole thing for a minute. Like, no, that doesn't work. And he's like, I'm just trying to find a natural way to talk about a sushi chef. Or like anybody here, it's so stupid. That's the whole minute.
That's pretty funny.
And it's literally breaking the format.
Yeah.
Like I love it because it's satirizing like people that like are looking, because that's what a lot of comics will do in bigger clubs. They'll like search for what they want. They won't even like stay on the person.
Yeah,
I just don't like him because there's certain guys on there, bro. I just don't like because I'm like,
oh yeah.
Insulting someone constantly isn't a form of I mean, don't get me wrong. Other people will laugh at someone else's expense. No, I grew up with siblings. I feel like if you're good at roasting, most people who are good at roasting came from a big family.
Yeah.
Like my family was a bunch of mouthy fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, so everyone had to be quick on their toes.
Yep.
If you got insulted and you couldn't throw an insult back, you got ate the fuck alive by my family. We honestly didn't fuck with you like that. We were like, okay, that's that distant cousin right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I hear people like constantly ripping on people they don't know, I'm like, bro, come on now. Like, there's like some camaraderie there. I get it.
Yeah.
Like me and you can go back and forth. Me and Sean go back and forth.
That's way different than what they're doing.
I don't know Davon yet, but I'll roast your ass a little bit. But no, like, I don't know, man. Making fun of people with disabilities is like,
that's
even
weird.
Ric Flair. When Ric Flair's the voice of reason, that's fucking awful.
Come on now.
When Ric Flair literally goes, "Hey, bro, I'm not here just to make fun of people who are mentally handicapped and shit." And don't get me wrong, I feel like we all say retarded. Everyone does.
But we know we're not talking about somebody that's.
But they're fucking literally going at fucking handicapped people. I'm like, damn, homeboy, that's wild.
It's what turned me off. I used to be a huge fan of Kill Tony, and
because it used to be actual comics.
When I heard that Tony Hinchcliffe wanted to be the Joker and practiced the laugh, and then after that found out he drove a yellow Corvette that says like "ha-ha" on the license plate or some shit. He's got like a custom plate.
Roadster,
okay,
like number one.
He's
roadster.
a fucking cornball. That dude's a dork in my opinion. You drive a yellow Vet, you're an asshole. Let alone with a fucking custom license plate.
I feel like it's like a branding thing for him. He's all about branding as well. Like it's like the kill. I mean, it's obviously successful. Yeah. It has broken a lot of comics careers.
Joe Rogan's behind it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, not in the beginning.
He owns it, right?
No.
He's just
the club.
Oh, okay.
He just
my mistake then. My mistake.
Because they did it at a different club. They started at the Comedy Store. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's where they started.
And then they moved to a different club before Joe Rogan's club ever existed. When they were still.
They were doing it at.
I think it's Dante's and.
No, I thought they were doing it at the place that while they were building the mothership that all the shows are happening.
Yeah.
Down. I don't think it was the creek in the cave. The Vulcan. They were doing it at the Vulcan, and then there's a creek in the cave down there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing well. I mean, we're talking about it. You feel me? So they're obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
But like I said, it just turns me off because I'm like, okay, jokes are great. I like jokes.
Yeah.
Like reading jokes. Hell yeah, cool. Riffing's great. Crowd work's great. But just to insult someone constantly, it's just not comedy at a certain point. It's just bullying, in my opinion. Which
and I hate when it's like,
I don't know.
This is my first time going on stage. This is not the first. This is not the place you know what I'm saying? Because then they're not going to give you like words of encouragement. No. They're going to shit on you.
Well, they're trying to make themselves look good and funny as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, at the end of the day, we're all comics. We don't get in this. Me and you've talked about this. We don't get into this in hopes of staying doing open mics and just, you know what I mean? We don't do this for that. We all have that. My dream, it might sound corny, but my dream is when I get older to be, you know what I mean, a stand-up comic, not doing clubs and getting by doing another job. We all want this to pay the bills. You feel me? Yep. So of course,
it'd be nice.
I mean, the lineup's always comics that are doing pretty well, but they're never stadium comics. They're always club comics. But when you get them all together, they're doing shit like MSG and things like that. Which I mean, hell, it's a formula that's working for them.
Yeah,
I get it, but at the end of the day, it's just not my type of comedy most of the time. It's really not.
Well, when they had Adam Ray as Biden and Shane Gillis as Trump, they couldn't go up from there.
Yeah. Kind of was like the end of it.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I mean, when they went to Netflix, I feel like that was a...
Yeah, it's kind of
shit's going to Netflix to die, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of shit's going to Netflix
it's not
to die.
It used to be a show for comics. Now it's a show for people that like comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for comics anymore. At least not in my opinion. If you... there's a lot of people I know that will come out to the mic and you can tell that they're into Kill Tony. And there's a different... Because it's a different vibe. It's not the same. It's like they're going up there to say, like, the most, like, borderline racist, homophobic, transphobic, sexist.
You get a reaction.
That's the thing, too. Like, if you're going to ruffle the feathers of the crowd and say shit that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that, have a reason for saying it.
You got to earn it.
That's
what I say. You have to be able to earn it.
Don't just do it to fucking get some quick, cheap laughs. Cheap laughs aren't shit to me. They're really not. I make fun of a heavy person. Like that's not shit.
And it's typically not even laughs. Like at an open mic, it's not going to be a laugh. Because you're competing with you and you and you.
It's low-hanging fruit, bro. It's literally low-hanging fruit. Like you're just jabbing the shit that's hanging down there.
It's the least common denominator.
Yes,
that's how these typically go. Yeah. Tell me about this hat you're wearing. What's par?
I have no fucking clue.
You just I was like,
I need a white hat.
Like you golfing?
No, my friends golf though. I think I'm the only one of my friends that don't golf.
I can't either.
He's got a friend right now looking for that par hat. He's like, where the fuck's my par hat?
You got a P. What's that one for?
Pussy. No, it's skateboard brand out of Europe. It's called Palace. Palace Skateboards, man. Thank you. A lot of people think it's Purdue.
I like hats. I'm a hat guy. You guys probably know that.
Everybody's like, is that Purdue? I'm like, no, I'm a straight male. You know?
Well, they did get their asses kicked by Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Well, we typically we do this podcast earlier in the day on Sunday, so we don't know the Colts game outcome. But I actually got to watch the Colts whoop some ass today, so I was happy with that. So if you're watching this on Monday, 3-0.
I'm a disappointed Dolphins fan, bro.
Yeah. Well, that first week was tough. My mom's a huge Dolphins. He lives in Miami and shit for a long time.
Del Ripple is too, aren't you?
Yeah. No, he's Rams.
I'm a Rams fan.
Oh, that's right, Los Angeles guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, St. Louis.
Oh yeah. Sorry, they bought you guys out.
Are you?
I mean, I'm not a huge football guy, but I always like the Eagles, back with McNabb, all them. Yeah.
I just like the team that won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
I know that's what I hate to say it.
It's hard to talk about. Yeah. I have a McNabb jersey. I have a McNabb jersey when he was on Philly, and then I have a Vic jersey when he was on the Falcons.
I feel like if you go to Philadelphia games, you see more McNabb jerseys than current day players. And it's the same with Dolphins fans though. If you go to a Dolphins game, all you see is Merino jerseys. Just Merino jerseys, bro. That's it. Like we've had quarterbacks since then. You know that, right?
Well, it was like McNabb and I think McNair for the longest time were like the they were like the only black quarterback.
Yeah, neither one of them were Irish. Yeah, neither one of them were Irish.
And they're all both Mick. And now it's like half the league. It's pretty cool to watch like the difference that things have changed over time. I'm still happy to see that, my boy Indiana Jones beat it. I'm just kidding. I like Anthony Richardson. I was hoping Anthony would work out. It sucks that he's not going to. Because for me, my son's in there yelling, "Hey Nate, shut the fuck up." I always do that.
He said my bad.
I know, he knows. He's in there yelling. He's streaming while I'm streaming.
Okay.
I always
is he a Twitch guy? He's on there.
Yeah, he streams on
Twitch and
he
shit.
Plays all kinds of games, dude. Nice. He's pretty good, and he's got a good personality, so I think it'll work out. He's also a rapper.
Nice.
Spirit.
Spitting bars?
Spelled XP or SP. XRYT.
Nice.
Yeah, he's actually.
You gave us another white rapper. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We appreciate it.
I had to contribute to society in some way.
We got white rappers and Chrysler.
Yeah, that's what we got.
We got a big ass bull and a tree stump as well. Don't fuck around.
And they're all gender affirming, so we're all on a transmission.
Nice.
I'm on a mission to meet me a trans girl too.
Shut the fuck up.
On a mission.
What's that comedian? Gaffigan?
Is it Gaffigan?
Jim?
No,
Gaffigan?
Jim Norton.
Norton. Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah, Norton.
Yeah,
I was watching. Do you guys know who Caleb Huron is? I was talking to these guys last night about it.
I know who
Caleb
he is.
Huron. He's a gay comic.
Sounds familiar.
He does he's like really big guy, and he's just. I was watching his stuff, and he has some of the funniest. He might be the funniest gay guy. Sorry, Brandon Stetler, but he might be the funniest gay guy I've ever heard in my life. Yeah,
funnier than Mateo Lane. I think Mateo Lane's one.
Mateo's funny too, but Mateo's. This guy, you'll be surprised at how
you've seen him if you've seen him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
He does a lot of podcasts, and he's like a really big guy, like a fat guy, and but he's.
You say fat, or what
very
other word
fat.
did you say? Oh, I thought you said something else, guy. I was like, whoa, Jesus.
No, he's better.
Sorry about that, Brandon.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Who was the other? Noah, what? What'd you say?
His name is Caleb Huron.
Caleb Huron.
Very funny dude. Yeah, he was on Stavros Halkias podcast.
Okay, yeah, I've probably seen. I like watching his.
I like Stav. Well, Stavi was in Cumtown, and Cumtown's one of my favorite podcasts of all time.
I never got into Cumtown.
Dude.
I feel like when I got into podcasting,
it's too late.
Yeah, and my favorite, I got in there podcasting was the reason why I tried stand up because I always wanted to do stand up, but had no clue. Kids, sorry, before the comedy boom, you had to kind of figure out what open mic was.
Yeah, and honestly, you didn't know if there was any near you.
Yeah, we're in the middle of Indiana.
Back then,
yeah.
And I listened to Your Mom's House as one of my and then they would answer. Everybody would always ask the question, "How do you start comedy?" Go to open mics, and I was like, "Oh, what's an open mic?"
Yeah,
and then
it starts the rabbit hole down to now you're just poor and you're slinging jokes to try to make $20.
Yep. I don't have the typical.
Fuck it, I'll take a free drink.
Outside of comedy, I don't feel like I have the comic hobbies. You guys are talking about podcasting and shit, and I don't really.
You don't do
I don't really get down with comic or podcasts. And
but you do have a job that you can because my job I can't.
I could.
I've had a few where I could just listen to one them all day.
Like when I cook, I put a podcast on, or you know,
when I game, I put one on. I mute and put it on.
It's usually something. It's usually while I'm doing something else. It's just to like, I think it's good because it's like when you can't hang out with people that are funny, you can listen to people who are funny, and then like I've written entire bits that have nothing to do with what they're talking about, but I'll be like, oh, I remember when something happened. Shit, and then I'll go like I wrote a recent bit about my daughter. My girl, I was listening to something at work, and my girl sent me a thing about my daughter. I was like, she had a parent-teacher conference. You know, we all have to deal with that shit. Parent-teacher conference is just something, and you don't ever know what you're walking into because it's only been like a month or two that they've been in school. So you walk in and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And they takeaway was she's the most well-behaved kid in class, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Well done.
But then I just extrapolated that out to like, okay, well, what else is well-behaved? So I wrote a whole bit about me. Like I was like, okay, well, you know, she's well-behaved, but like, is there anything she needs to work on? And she was like, well, every day after lunch, 4th period, she goes in the 5th period. She's late every day. We don't know why. Like, she doesn't show up on time. And so I was like, babe, like, why are you late every day to class? And she goes, well, you know, well-behaved women rarely make history class. And it's so stupid. It's such a stupid bit, but like, and I'm like, my daughter's a little feminist or something. Like, shut the fuck up, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And then I go, well, you know what they say, you know, those who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it next year. It's like a stupid, like, and it's like, I thought of that, like, because my girl sent me that and I was listening to a podcast and I was just in a funny mood, like a goofy mood. And I was like, typically I don't write jokes like that. That's why it threw them for a loop. And it went really well at the mic because like, nobody expected it, and it was so stupid. Nice. And then, like, you know, and then it ends up, and I'm like, I'm just kidding. She said she was not she's not really a feminist. She's just late because that's her. She takes a shit and hits her vape. You know, she's 9. She's 9.
She takes a shit and hits her vape.
That's her designated time to take a shit and hit a vape.
Has your kids like heard your jokes about them?
Yes. Oh yeah, I brought mine to some shows. I mean, I brought mine out. Hell, Brian brought my kid up on stage one time to roast him.
Roast me, please.
Yeah.
One of mine made my daughter cry.
Oh, was it like in a good way?
Really?
No, in a bad way.
Oh no! Oh, tell me.
And it wasn't even about her. It was about I have a Pokemon joke. I don't tell her very often, but I have a Pokemon joke, and she loves Pokemon, and she just started bawling, crying. She's like, man, take it back.
Damn, she really loves Pokemon. God dang.
Oh, you know, I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
I say I hate
the cards up there. I got it all, dude. I'm just a Pokemon master.
When I come to the mic this Thursday, I'll do it for you.
Hey, I'll be down with that. I love. Sometimes when this is like so random, but because I do so many videos and stuff, sometimes when I use like the auto caption, when you say Kokomo, for some reason it hears Pokemon, and it's weird. Like I was like, yeah, it's weird. Like it's like crazy. Kokomo, Pokemon. I don't get it, but there's some. It's probably the vowels, the you know what I mean? But which is also what you want your woman to say. I mean, to me, I like being surrounded by funny people, so like that's why I got into podcasting. I thought the P stood for podcasting.
I don't know if this is relevant to everybody else though, because like being around funny people is great, but I feel like most funny people, like in my experience, I've always been the guy like I know what it's like to feel like shitty. Yeah. So I feel like all of us are always. I don't know if it's you guys or if it's just me, because I've met some comics who can relate. They're like, yeah, man, just, you know, when people are down, you want to be that person that brings them up. Yeah. And I love comics for that, bro. I think we're needed in society because of that shit. We truly are.
Oh, yeah.
Without us, this whole fucking thing crumbles.
Well, it's kind of like goes back to the podcasting thing. It's like that. It will help me. Like if I'm doing something else, like if I'm like cooking, I don't really use that part of my brain that's like,
I'm just
so
like
I put on a podcast and it's like I get to kind of quiet the, you know, if I'm just sitting there in the silence the whole time, just listening to the crackling of the eggs. I mean, okay. Listen to the crackling of the hamburger before I put it with the helper. All right, okay, don't get mad at me for that. But I'm just kidding. I make real food. I make casseroles. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I had one of my reels do really well one time because I was like, you know, everybody always asks me because I was a lot bigger. You guys know, I was a lot bigger. So everybody always asks me, you know, like as a fat guy, how do you pull a girl that's cute? Because you know, everybody always asks, and I was like, it's really, you think maybe I have a big dick? No, maybe I make a lot of money. Nope, I'm poor. But what I do make is a casserole, and I was like, I make a mean casserole. It went really well. So. I love like that. Some of my best material reels wise and shit is all based off my family. Like it's weird how like you
as
can
it should be. I feel like we got to fucking write jokes from our experience, man. Yeah, if we write out of our element, then you can tell there's that authenticity there. You know what I mean? Yeah. People can smell real or fake. We can smell it as fans, especially if you're like into that craft.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like
a lot of people will bring up like, oh well, it's a male comic. He's gonna talk about his dick the whole time. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
I don't have very many.
She's a female comic. She's going to talk about her period the whole time. Exactly.
Like, I have a pussy.
It goes both ways.
Yeah. I was doing the first time I ever did indie. I was so excited to do indie. I got booked on this karaoke comedy show where you get paired with a person who sings. This is a fun show. Like, I was very excited about it. First time, my whole plan, like, for this year, like, it's kind of crazy thinking back, but like, I was like, I want my first goal next year is to be just to book out of Kokomo, go to indie. I already did Kokomo for a year. I'm ready to, and not my own shows, other shows. So I get booked in December. Obviously, I got booked in Be Here Now, I think in January, December as well, which was great outside of Kokomo Press. But I got booked in indie for the first time. So I do this show with Kevin. I go there, I do it. And I'm getting ready to go on stage, and there's this girl who's hosting. I'm there, like, she's like, I'm from New York. She had talked to me earlier. She's like, I'm actually from here, but I moved to New York. I'm just back for the holidays. Like, kind of, I don't know. It felt a little bit like
almost shitting on Indiana.
And nothing against her, but it was like a little big time in me, and it was okay. But like, that's how people are. And she's a woman, so in my head, I'm like, oh, cool, dude. You seem cool. But then she brings me up on stage. Sean was there, and she goes, your next comic is a man comedian. We haven't had one of those tonight. He's probably going to talk about his penis, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm like,
so she just took the wind out of your sail. If you weren't.
Now the first thing I have to do is comment. I have to say something about my dick.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have to touch down on this now. I can't walk away from that.
And you guys get it. Like, as soon as I was like, I don't really talk about my dick, but I guess it's hairy. I was like, whatever. I'm going to get in my bits, and then I did my bits. And it was like, but it was like, it puts you on your heels, which I don't have a problem with it, but it was my first time doing something there. I wasn't. And then when, like,
she's not supposed to do that.
No, she's not. It wasn't
supposed to do that. It's not the job.
She sandbagged me early.
Yeah.
Well, then again, when you came up to sing,
dang, I was getting ready to say that. Go ahead, say it.
She was like, oh, now that the people that didn't win have to sing, and Jordan came up. And when he got off stage, she seemed like mad that Jordan could actually sing.
When I got on stage, she goes, oh, now you have to sing. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you a good singer? I was like, yeah, I'm a pretty good singer. She's like, oh man,
Jordan's like, can I sing?
I go up and I fucking murder the song or whatever. And she's like, oh my god, they're supposed to be bad at this. The people that are the karaoke's are doing comedy. But when I talked to Kevin about it, I was under the impression that I was doing both. I didn't realize I was like, this is a perfect show for me. I can do jokes,
like a variety show almost.
So it's like either you can go up and do stand up, or you can go up and do karaoke.
You could do one or the other, and then they pair you with somebody that does the other. And then if you lose, you have to swap. And the people that won had to do a song together and do it. Like,
gotcha.
It was like a fun like variety show.
Okay,
it was
cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And Monsters Inc. is a cool venue in Irvington.
That's where it was at.
Yeah, and Crystal Book's there now.
Yeah,
and it's just a really, there's like the lady that runs the place is like she gave me like a cool. I don't remember how she explained it, but she's like a tier 1 costume designer. Like she does like all the shit for like beef and like she's
the lady
like
that was hosting.
No, it's the lady that owns the shop.
Oh, okay.
So you walk in, it's huge costumes everywhere. There's monsters that she's built.
I feel like that'd be right up Crystal's alley. I feel like that's a pretty good suit. Her doing
really
that. Yeah,
Crystal.
Sense. Yeah, she's good people.
And I met her there. You, she did comedy there as the karaoke, which so she did the opposite. She was the karaoke. She can sing her ass off.
If you follow her on Instagram or Facebook, man, you can hear her sing a lot. She does her story all the time, jamming in her car, bro. She can sing her ass off.
She's a singer, but I ended up singing really well, and I could tell that she wasn't very happy. It's funny because I got to get. It's kind of in my head. I'm like, that's the last laugh. Yeah. That's the last laugh. It's like, oh, you thought I was gonna come up here and just like shit the bed, but I was the guy that sang with me. The guy because they paired. It was 2 women comedians. A woman host, and then they had like a feature for like in between a guy. He was very at Hollandquest. Is it Daryl Hollandquest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was so funny. Dude.
Funny, yeah.
It was funny, and the ladies were funny too. It was Tenna, and she's funny.
Tenna's from Muncie.
She was from Muncie. Yeah. We had a conversation.
There we go. We all Muncie people. We always like, hey, be careful.
She did. She was like,
be careful.
But she did this thing, and this isn't a shot at her. I swear to God, like, because like she's very funny. It's nothing against her, but she does this thing that drives me crazy that like a lot of like young comic girls do, which she'll be like,
yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's
and
her.
it's like, to me, it reminds me of like people like those. Have you seen those cringe videos where they're like, actually, I'm gonna, and like these girls are like,
yeah, the fucking,
I might have to.
Yeah, the silly, the cringy shit.
She did that to me, but she was like, yeah, I don't like to be there because that guy's a piece of fucking shit, like that. And I was like, you don't have to do that. You could have just said I don't like him. You didn't have to like do this weird like
the wind up toy kind of shit.
Yeah, like she was on stage like performing this, telling me in a performance. I'm like, just talk to me.
That's why I don't film my sets, honestly, because I feel like I do that sometimes, and I'm like, am I performing or being myself?
You do a great job of that. You've actually, there's a part of you doing that that's helped me in a way to be like, I need to incorporate better.
Yeah, I've had to do that before.
Acting out a little more because like you do like I totally did like when you do your like I fucking like I'm like, dude, like you've got to do that because it really does help sell the bits and it becomes more of a, because I'm a this isn't a brag, but like I naturally am a performer from like my whole life. That's what I've always done. And so I forget to do that because I'm too focused on the other half of it, which is the writing. So I'm like, I don't want to overly put on, but I feel like it's important to bring both sides together. And you do a hell of it. Both of you guys actually have, the funny thing about having you guys in here, you guys actually have one bit that's very similar that I was laughing about. You guys both have a Harry Potter Pitbull bit.
Stealing my shit?
No. It was just fun. I honestly don't think you guys heard each other.
To be honest, I've never seen this man before.
It was very funny because like I think I saw you do it and I was like, oh, that reminds me of something. I was like, I thought I heard it before, and then I talked to you about it, like, oh, it's the first time I've ever done anything like this or something like that, or I don't remember what it was, but we talked about it. But yours is based off of like, instead of an owl, he would have a pit bull. Yours is the Patronus, right? Yeah. It's actually funny. Yeah. I was like, these guys have a lot in common. It's so funny.
I can do it two different ways, and then the other way I do it, it's based off of Star Wars a bit, right?
Yeah, but it works for. It makes sense.
I mean, it's just Star Wars in a fucking wizard school. That's all Harry Potter is.
But it was just funny to me because I was like, you guys have a similar bit. I watched a comic one time come on stage and do a bit that was so similar to one of Davey's. I was like, this is weird. But that's like kind of comedy.
Yeah, we're like a intro.
It's weird,
especially if you've never met each other.
Yeah,
it's insulting, but a compliment at the same time.
Isn't it?
You know what I mean? Especially if you know it's somebody that's watched you do a room before.
Yeah.
And then you see them afterwards do something that's you're like, God damn, did they do that? But if you guys, like me and him, if we've never met and I bump into him at an open mic and then he goes on before me or I go on first, we both know that he didn't steal that from me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew you guys didn't take it from each other. That was the funny part. But in my head, I was like, it's so funny that you guys both.
If I watched him do a room and then the next week I'm in that room and he hears me do this bit, he might be like, damn, this fucker just stole my shit.
That actually happened to Jordan Bell. Him and Brandon Stetler had a similar bit about the Brady Bunch because they both are coming from mixed families. And so like and that's not that crazy. That's a pretty big zeitgeist when you have a mixed family. You have a lot of kids and a father and a mother that come together with different kids. It's not that crazy, but Jordan had his version and Brandon had his version, and they both thought they took it from each other. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you guys are just around the same age.
Yeah. It's like I had a joke about my dreadlocks. I mean, I still do it sometimes. About when I used to have dreadlocks. Anybody that met me, they see that, white guy with dreadlocks. I know this dude named fucking Toby with dreadlocks too. He's a white guy. You guys have to be best friends. I'm like, I don't know him, bro. I don't go to fish concerts like that. I don't wear Birkenstocks, dog. I bathe. You know what I'm saying?
I did a similar joke one time on stage, and then I realized I was like, I might be a little bit biting Davey. Didn't even realize it in my head because I was doing a joke about people with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Like I always do a joke that I don't trust white guys with dreadlocks. That was a joke, and I started doing that joke, and then I was like,
Jordan didn't have me on the podcast until I got mine.
I kind of was like, that's funny. Actually, I didn't have the podcast to you guys.
I had a dude, I forget who it was, but he was like, yeah, man, my buddy's got a similar joke. Yeah. And it's a black comic here in Indiana. And he was like, yeah, man, he talks about that. Yeah, I don't know your buddy with dreadlocks. Yeah, I was like, well, fuck, man. Like, I kind of stayed away from that joke. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, because like
that's why I turned it into like the skinhead material.
Yeah, which is funny.
Yeah. I had to turn it into something else. Yeah. I had to change it into something else because I didn't want people to be like, well, he's took that comic's fucking idea. You know what I mean?
I was doing the open mic in Indy Helium. I only done it one time. I've done Indy's Funniest one time.
It's hard to get on.
You just got to keep. I asked them how they do it. It's a lottery. You literally just have to put it in every week, and they pick your lottery.
I got it once. And,
you got it once.
It was a good experience.
I want to go back up there sometime just because, like you said, it's.
Was it a good room?
I knew when I went, it was bad.
It was decent when I went. It wasn't bad.
When I did Indy's Funniest, it was pretty good. But when I
that was the only downfall with Crackers. Crackers was like a good room one week. You go back a month later, and it was shit. And you're like, damn it, man, hitting this.
Well, I signed up not realizing.
You can't say fuck.
No. I never did Crackers. I never did Crackers.
Crackers open mic. You couldn't say fuck.
No.
Yeah.
There's Crackers, I remember that. Goble, I remember
they wanted to police black language too.
We was talking about Jerry Goble earlier, and he came up to me.
And hats.
And he was like,
you can wear hats?
Shorts. And she can't wear
I know shorts. She was because I actually I did a couple weekends there.
Yeah.
And I come from that family where your parents argue, you just know to stay away. So I just knew that she's fucking crazy. Let me stay the fuck away.
Like, I've seen this behavior before. I'm really familiar with this shit.
And we were talking about earlier. You said you have family members with last name Shoemaker.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my God, Craig Shoemaker. You know the hunk master. Have you guys ever heard of him?
No.
He's like a touring. He was like big in the '80s.
Yeah.
And she would just be like, right before she's sitting me down because she's about to give me a check.
Yeah.
she's just like going on and on and on about Craig and how hot he is, and I'm just like, bitch, if you don't hand me my money,
give me my money.
Get the fuck out of here.
Give me my money.
Yeah, so I can get the fuck out of here.
I love you because you're always about your bag every time, dude. But it's important. Like I remember when I saw you when we did the show, the Dan Alton show. Be Here Now. You were like, I'm gonna get my money. I saw this room was full, and I was like, I like him because he's willing to go get.
I'm counting it because I'm like, because I know, especially because
you counted the crowd.
I was like, yeah, man. There's.
He said $5, $10.
Yeah.
Yes, we're charging everybody at the door.
I need you gotta do that. Each one of them heads
and that comes from running a show.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I counted the people. Don't jip me after
the formula.
After I get your bar hot for a night, and then you're trying to jip me because we made a little bit more money. It's just like let's not do that.
It was funny because he came out to Harvestfest. Was it last year or the year before? Is it last year, right? Because this shit's flown by, I feel like, this last couple of years. But
who
we did.
Speaking about?
The guy that books me here now, the guy who owns it.
Sorry.
And he came through to watch Alexa, but really I found out he came through to see Dan Alton because
him and Dan,
yeah, and they had a good relationship. And then when he booked Dan, I don't think Dan was very happy. So I don't know if that put a rift there, but like it was an interesting which Dan's not very happy with me either. He got mad at me.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Well, I still support
you got the man stick.
We love you, Dan.
I love Dan Alton. Want to hear? I messaged these guys. I'm gonna say it because fuck it. I messaged these guys because I had somebody hit me up and say, hey, I got a show I want to put you on. And I'm like, hell yeah. And they're like, I want you to feature for the great Dan Alton. And I was like, dude, I could do the funniest thing and just say, yeah, just don't tell him though. I want it to be
a surprise when he sees me.
Me show up and be like, hey, I'm featured for you, man.
And how he is on stage is kind of how he is in person. He's awkward as hell. So
he's
I know,
interesting.
Yeah. So I know it'd be awkward.
yeah. And it's funny because like when all that shit went down, the recent thing would Be Here Now, which I thought everything Whitney was doing was hilarious, but I didn't think it was the right call. I just thought it was so funny of him doing all the jokes about because they got called out by some people for I guess.
I mean, it was funny, but it's like if you knew. It was funny to me, but then at the same time, if you know the guy, it's like he's not being funny.
He's not coming from that place.
No,
maybe.
he's trying to be.
Yeah.
And it's like they kind of makes you believe what they're saying.
Yeah,
that's what I was like.
It makes it worse. If people know because there was too many allegations for him not to like.
Because it is that type of. No, what happened was, usually it's not comedy. Usually it's bands. They have bands. They have DJs.
It's
stuff
like a DIY club.
Okay. Yeah.
So like you can kind of if you can build the show and you're willing to do it, he'll give you. You can get the date.
He makes his nut every year because Afro Man comes and it's sold out every time.
Oh yeah, it's
Afro Man comes and it's
Riff Raff
was there. I almost went there that night.
I fucking love Riff Raff.
Alexa had a hilarious story about
that. Yep.
Alexa has a great story about that.
Alexa
I had to do it on the podcast.
I went to that guy for Halloween one year.
I clipped it out even.
I mean, so he it's a legit, and I like I said, you got to respect the guy because if you guys don't know Ball State, like what the clubs look like, how the Village looked when I was 21 to now, he's the only one that's still there.
Yeah.
Him and another bar. Yep. So you kind of got to respect it.
You have to respect the longevity.
But you can't respect the way he is. And sometimes, so like I can understand some things, but the way he is about it, and let's not pretend like this bar isn't like that because you know what I'm saying. Let's not pretend like those people aren't in that bar because I'm a man, so I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I've definitely been in there and seen motherfuckers that go in there all the time. Just doing foul shit.
Egos can get wild sometimes, man. People think they're allowed to get away with certain shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, just because 25 people told you you're fucking funny, don't mean you are untouchable.
And it's not even like, it'll be more so of like the regulars.
Just because they're a cute girl. Just because we booked a DJ or they booked a band that the cute girls from the college are coming in. There are new girls every couple of years.
And they're fucking.
And they're dressed a little bit cute. And these guys are just being a little bit too much. And honestly, like, if you can take a girl home, you can take a girl home, but don't be a
creep about it. So basically, that situation is what it was. Is that it was some creepy shit going on, and the band
didn't like it.
Didn't like it. Was like, if you don't do something about it,
whoever that band was, good
if you don't do something about it, then we're not performing here. And then they didn't, and he don't give a fuck. So and then they posted all over social media. Kind of went like, I wouldn't say viral, but like Indiana, East Central Indiana.
They were trying to cancel that shit for sure.
But
I saw it.
Yeah, but it was like.
I felt bad because the next week Dan West had a show booked literally the next
at
week.
that same venue.
And it had been booked out. I think Gwen Sunkel even. I think it was Gwen Sunkel, and she's very and she's like a very like
she won
Indie's Funniest, and not only that, like she's a very progressive like comedian. Like she's not like she wouldn't have gone there if she knew that was going down.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that you can't like. You can build a.
Yeah,
you can keep doing what he's doing because it's a college.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a college town,
and it was just locals, no.
Yeah.
But there's new kids come. They don't come back. They come. New ones come, and it's not a 21 and older club. It's 18,
which is a little. That's where things.
That's where things get dicey.
Don't do that. Don't mix alcohol and minors ever. You fucking idiots.
You just give them a black X on their hands. When we were kids, we would just go to the bathroom, wash that shit right off.
Yeah, and then go back in.
That's a dipshit move, in my opinion. That's dumb. That's bonehead shit.
You gotta make your money. I get it a little bit, but you gotta have a better system.
Not from 18 to 19 and 20-year-olds. You don't.
Bracelets.
That's 3 years of people.
Bracelets is even just a better. Because then you can't change the color.
And that's you can sacrifice 3 years of people. You know what I'm saying? 18, 19, and 20-year-olds sacrifice that shit.
And they're not, and especially at that bar. Okay, so if
I'm
they're
not
there,
trying to get you to like.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just like speaking.
Yeah.
I haven't said that shit's crazy yet.
You're being.
So like. If you think about it, they gotta only be there for the event.
Yeah,
they're not there to buy. They can't buy you any. They can't buy liquor.
Yeah,
they can't buy really. Why would they buy water or anything? So it's like they're only there for the event. So maybe you should try to like protect them a little bit
and make sure they're taken care of because like you get that reputation, it's over.
Yeah,
and like if you're looking at colleges, I mean the kids are 18, 19, 20.
Yep,
21 are just like the seniors, 21, 22.
And they've been there. They're going to the fucking Chug. They're going to
Brothers.
It's only like really. It's a weird place for it to be like a Muncie local bar.
Their clientele is 18 to 20. Let's be honest.
Yes,
and that's just because
it's so strange.
And then that's weird artists like us doing comedy shows,
trying our hardest to make them.
And they have bands, DJs, rappers, like you know what I'm saying. So it's just. That type of venue.
Yeah.
They booked the first time we did our show there, they had a band play after called something plates, paper plates or something. I don't remember what they're.
Yeah.
And we watched them, and actually I found out the drummer for that band is a comic. I can't Nate, I don't remember, something like that.
Okay.
But he's funny. I've seen he's been on shows with people I know that are funny, so that tells me that he's at least doing it. And then the next time we booked there, which was the one you were there, they were doing like a dance party, like a rave dance party with like very, and like you walked in and I'm like, because you're like, it's hard because you're taking $5 from every the door, and then some of those people are there for the after party. Some people are there for
which they should have a better system for that.
There needs to, we need to know.
Yeah, and I mean we've touched that down before.
I would even say
rooms we've been at together. Man.
I would say like, okay, so our show starts at 8.
Yep.
Their show starts at 11. So from 8 to let's say 10. Anything we get at the door, that's us.
Yeah. Period.
And then if you came before and you didn't watch the show at all and you're just there, I'm sorry, that's us.
Yeah, you came during our block.
Our block.
Yeah.
And then anything after that, or maybe 8 to 9:30, or anything after that.
But that in between there is where they're allowed to kind of
like fuck you.
Muddy the water.
No, most of the people came for the.
And the fact that you and I both made that connection, it shows you.
Because even I was even when we started, it was a decent amount of people in there, and people started coming, but there should be a cutoff line. Like, all right, it's now 9:30. Everything at the door is to the DJ.
Yeah, which is fine. If you set that boundary and we know it exists, then I'll send somebody up there at 9:30 to be like, all right, what would you make? You know what I mean? Just so you, because and I want to be able to know the numbers, and that's the toughest thing about these things. That's why I like the DIY bars are cool. For a certain level of what you're doing, but once you get to a different level, it's like it just hurts you
because they're gonna get greedy. Yeah, especially if it's not somebody that's cool.
Yeah, and they need their bottom line, and they gotta make their.
Let's say like you're not getting the bar, like they get the whole bar, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you're basically just getting scraps at that point too. So it's like if you don't got a good,
we're familiar with scraps around here. We eat off scraps.
I will say one thing, and this was the only thing that bothered me when we did our show there, which is why I would never produce a show there again. And it's the only reason why, and it's because when we were booking the show, we wanted to, I talked and I said, I want to book the show out, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay. And then we got closer to time and he was like, well, I want to book a couple of comics on the show. And I'm like, he's like, I want to book some locals, and I'm like, okay, well, we can do that, you know. And he was like, well, I was like, okay, well, here's the thing: if you book them, you need to pay for them.
Yeah,
that's what I told him, and he was like, okay, cool. We were on the same page. But he booked 2 locals, not including Alexa. She was the host for it, or not the host. She was just a part of it. But he booked 2 locals, and one of them was Cole Peterson, who's he got chops there, but he's in Indy now.
Yeah.
And he booked Cole, and the funniest thing was we were gonna book Cole.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, he has to pay him. Guess who he didn't pay?
Exactly.
And the other guy he booked canceled last minute.
Yep.
So he fought for these two guys, didn't even pay them, and the other one didn't fucking show up. So we ended up paying Cole out of and we didn't make a lot of money off that show at all. We paid him out of ours because at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure comics that are on my shows get paid.
Yeah.
Exciting things are happening at the Kokomo Press. Yeah, very exciting things. Not only are we bringing you comedy shows, an open mic once a week, skits, videos, funny jokes on our page, and satire news stories, but now you can support us by going to kokomopress.shop. It's that simple. You go to kokomopress.shop, you find a t-shirt, you find a hat, maybe in the future some stickers and some posters. You go on there, you buy one of those from us, and percentage of the proceeds will go to us and help support what we do. We appreciate every person who just likes, subscribes, does all that. But if you go to kokomopress.shop and you buy something, we'll know who you are. You send us a photo of it, we will post it on our page and shout it out. Thank you so much. Go to kokomopress.shop, buy all your shirts and hats needs, and support the Kokomo Press. Thank you guys so much. kokomopress.shop. My shows get paid. More than anything, because I don't want him walking away being like, the Kokomo Press didn't pay me.
No, good for you. Because
he's not going to be like, oh, well, he's going to do what he did.
That's what bothered me about it, because I'm like, that just tells me that you didn't really care. You booked him because you wanted him, and then you didn't even care enough to pay him. And the dude's good. He's funny.
He's good. He's
like,
good.
He's fucking hilarious. So I'm like that, and he just beat my ass in the Rumble. You know what I mean? He was fucking hilarious.
Well, as the Kokomo Press entity, you guys have done a fucking killer job of doing that, man. You guys really have. Like,
everybody gets paid.
You guys make sure everybody leaves pretty fucking happy, man.
Except for Sean. I'm just kidding. That's one thing, though. There's perks of everything, man. I make sure that if we book a comic, they know. Like we say, hey, man.
And then that does better for you. Good business is better than bad business. So you did bad business, you got some money, but at the end of the day, when somebody really good wants to come into town, like somebody that maybe isn't from around here, but comics, we just know it. We're just like 7 degrees of separation. Like it's so crazy about like all they need to hear, all that one comic from New York that's bubbling right now needs to hear from somebody they did a show with 5 years ago and they're kind of cool with. It's like, definitely don't go there, and they're not going to go there.
No, yeah, right.
And that's what scares me. It's one of the reasons why every time we set a venue, we always set an exclusive deal, because our thing is like, I don't want somebody that decides they want to do their own thing there. Like with the Be Here Now thing, we knew we were going to do one show. We knew we were never going to be back. So it was never like, we need to do an exclusive thing. And we knew it was a DIY venue, so we knew what we were doing. But most venues that we work with, we say like, we won't book anywhere in your town else other than you, and you don't book anybody else doing comedy but us.
Yeah, you scratch our back, we'll scratch you, man. I get
and
it.
once if they decide, hey, we want to book another company, I'm like, oh, it's cool. We'll just book somewhere else. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I could give two shits at all. And if you don't like the show that we put on, like first you're wrong, but second, first you're wrong, but second, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I still hit. You know what I mean? It's the same concept. I still hit. Still hit your town, motherfucker. My ex-wife was telling me about like, I think I might have to get a hysterectomy or something like that, and I was like, still hit. Still hit. Stupid shit.
I already got the kid out of there.
I'm just fucking around.
Tag that before you hung up the jersey. Goddamn it.
Yeah, rest in peace. It's a piece of that pussy. Put it in the hearse. No, just stupid shit, man. I love it though. I want to go through a couple topics with you guys. Let's fucking rip on some shit. Did you guys hear? Let's talk about this. Did you guys hear that Jerry quit Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
Oh man, shout out to Jerry. Jerry's a fucking legend.
Basically, he was like, I don't like that they're not letting me do what I want. Like I can't do my own politics. That's what it was about.
They're basically like, shut up and scoop.
Are you willing to eat Ben's?
Without the J?
Without the Jerry? I don't know, man. What Ben talking about? That's why I was like, well, Ben didn't give a fuck. Ben didn't give a fuck.
Ben's not staying on business like old Jerry was, apparently. Shit.
Nah. I liked it. It was a very good statement Jerry put out.
I liked it, yeah. He said, stand up for my values of justice, equality, our shared humanity has never been more important, and yet Ben & Jerry's has been sidelined for fear of upsetting those in power. Ben Cohen. I didn't know he was a Cohen. The other guy is Jerry Greenfield. Sounds like a couple of Jews to me.
I didn't want to say it.
I didn't want to say it. No Kanye moments here. We're not going to get in trouble. Yeah. That was pretty. I mean, I just thought. I mean, I get it, man. I feel like it's important to stand up for what you believe in, regardless. You know, even if you lose your entire ice cream.
Especially when
and let's be honest, you already made your money.
He made his money. It's over.
You were close to retiring, anyways.
This is a crazy story that I saw on Vice Media. A guy named Neil Hopper. He allegedly froze his own feet using ice and dry ice in 2009, deliberately causing irreparable damage. He then told doctors he was in severe pain, letting them believe it was sepsis, and agreed to the double he wanted to get for sexual gratification. He wanted his own legs amputated. What do you guys think about people like this? Pretty wild.
So I mean, cut them off. Fuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's your legs, right?
If you got a nut, get that nut, man.
There's a show called like Florida Man or something like that, and it's all stories from Florida.
Yeah.
It's got like Simon Rex in it and shit like that. You know
Sean's so fucking triggered
and
right now.
that's one of the stories. This couple gets called upon by some dude to go over to his house and shit and to fucking fillet his ass.
Yeah.
And they're like debating it and shit, and the dude bails out in the last second and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a thing, but that's weird to me.
What do you think? What are you thinking, Sean?
Well, what I was gonna say is people have got things cut off for their sexual pleasures before, so I mean, whatever.
Well, I'm thinking he cut off both of his legs, and all I could think of is
circumcised for years, man.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream, back into go back to Ben and Jerry's. You know what I mean? We got, it's like fucking poor legs. I think it's so crazy to get your. I mean, it's trying to make me take him out. Like I'm just gonna remove him from the equation. No, thank you. But no, I thought that was interesting. This all affects us. The boomers aren't selling. Did you know 61% plan to stay indefinitely in their homes forever? So this is one of the reasons why the housing market's about to bust.
Well, yeah, of course. They've been living there for fucking since rent was fucking $2.
They bought it with a pack of gum. Yeah, fucking house. Like, you know what I mean?
Fuck? Almost 3/4 of boomers, 73%, say they value stability in their community over affordability for younger. I don't know why I did that.
AKA no blacks
to move in. Meanwhile, 59% of boomer homeowners would vote for political candidates who prioritizes protecting home values, even if it meant fewer people could afford homes. It's crazy. I've never heard of a generation that was given so much that's willing to give.
They're
so
like,
little.
fuck you. Figure it out. It's like, dude, your rent was $5.
Sean has a great.
If you want to hear more stuff about boomers versus millennials, check out Sean Diaz Funny on all social media.
They fucking ruined. They're going to use up all the Social Security.
Yeah,
we're not going to get any of the shit that they got. It's like, yeah,
they live the best life.
They did.
But though, would you sell your shit if you was in their shoes?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I mean, most people
personally,
I
wouldn't be selling my shit either. I'd be like, fuck that.
If you had a nice house in a great neighborhood and it's huge, sell that shit. Get a smaller home, like
because your kids. Because at that age, your kids have kids.
Yeah.
It's just you and your wife, and one of you are going to end up like my man. The actor.
The generational wealth thing, yeah.
What?
Charlie Sheen?
No, not Charlie Sheen. Shout out to banging 7 gram rocks.
Yeah, right.
The old dude. He was in The Quick and the Dead. Fucking Lex Luthor in the original Superman movies.
Oh, you're talking about Dennis Hopper?
Gene Hackman?
No, Gene Hackman. You can fucking end up like Gene Hackman, fucking dead for 5 days,
fucking
and
cat eating your eyeballs out.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
And not to mention, if like you're a widower, I mean, why not go to an old folks' home? I hear they're getting laid all the time.
Yeah,
get that super gonorrhea. Fuck it.
It's running rampant through those places. I've heard. Yeah,
fucking geriatric HPV.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Imagine the noises coming out of that fucking place. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just sounds like dry bones rubbing together.
I broke Edith's hip the other day.
Pour that shit out.
Yeah, it's a nice thing that you can actually. We were talking a little bit about the pisser earlier. Well, I saw this. This was from Vice News as well. Dolphins recognize friends by tasting their piss. Scientists find in wild experiment. Dolphins can identify other individual dolphins just through the taste of their pee.
Been doing it for years, man.
Sexton found his wife.
What did you say?
That's how Brandon Sexton found his wife.
Hey, that's true. He does it.
It tastes real pissy.
Yeah,
that's why R. Kelly had like two dolphins he kept on retainer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why he does that.
Snowflake.
Step, side to side, blow that hole.
Wasn't it Snowflake? Wasn't the name of the dolphin in Ace Ventura? Well, Snowflake.
Yeah,
Miami Dolphins mascot.
Yeah, that's such a good fucking show, dude. Einhorn is Finkel is Einhorn. God damn. Would you guys ever get a tattoo like this? Mr. Pokemon over there, probably not interested, right?
Is it anal beads?
Anal beads.
Oh my god!
And a fucking vibrator. That's great.
That's actually pretty funny.
Squirtle is great that they use that character. Is awesome.
That's actually pretty
clever.
And onyx, there's some beads, I guess. I don't know. It does kind of look like anal beads if you look at onyx. There's a bunch of rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got dumber tattoos. So I fucking.
What's your worst tattoo?
I got a pot leaf on my shoulder when I was like 17, 18.
That'll do it.
It's always the youngest
Like
one, right?
fucking, yeah.
It's always the worst.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this tattoo on Facebook the other day. I was like, what the hell? This guy's
What the
got.
fuck is that?
Look at that on his neck. He's got a fucking.
Well,
He's got a
what's
ball.
this?
Oh man, that's dedication.
Yeah,
That is dedication.
He's got a diamond on his fucking chin too.
Smoking the pipa.
Dude, he's hanging out.
He's
Hot
like, fuck
dog
it.
with mustard.
That is what Fools Gone Wild would call a Scante warrior. That's a meth smoking machine right there.
He's from the tribe trailer
There's
park.
not,
There you go.
there's not a single catalytic converter in his whole neighborhood. That motherfucker's cleaned them out.
They took all them away, dude. They're all gone. I saw this one too. This guy actually became the world's richest man. Larry Ellison's wealth source thanks to Oracle's record stock surge. Apparently, I don't think he's a rich man. He was a rich man for like 10 minutes.
That's not Mickey Rourke.
No, it does look a little bit
That's
like
not fucking
like
Mickey
Mickey
Rourke.
Rourke.
That's not the wrestler.
Mickey Rourke. If
What
you
the
had,
fuck
like,
is Oracle?
Oracle? I think it's like it's a AI company.
Okay.
AI's taken over. It's all over. We're all fucked. We're all fucked when it comes to AI.
Especially artists, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really like the worst part. Some people in this room use ChatGPT. I'm just kidding, fucking with you. I like to give him shit so much because I just started using ChatGPT
because I write posts for the page and I run them through there to make sure that all the spelling is
right.
correct.
Yeah, that's good for that.
Yeah.
So you're the one who writes all those nice compliments towards us every week? I love that.
He's doing all that. No, I've been using it lately to like I said, so we did that Riff Raff Rumble.
Yeah.
So I went in ChatGPT and I was like, tell me all the demographics for this bar because I'm like, is this a Trump bar?
That's actually smart.
So basically, like if I haven't been somewhere, I'll ask that question to like get the kind of do a little background check on
That's
them.
nice.
Does anybody use ChatGPT for like roast, for like insults?
No.
You could be like, hey, this is what this person acts like. How could I roast
No.
them? And see,
I don't think it'd be
that'd
that
be fucking
creative.
great.
I don't think it'd.
I'd like to hear what ChatGPT would do though if we did that. I'd like to see like what the results.
Be interesting.
Probably be a lot of dad jokes. Like I feel like it'd be very like by the book. Like,
Yeah.
We'd shit if it was like edgy and racist as fuck or some shit. Like, damn.
You gotta go to X for that.
Yeah.
Tony Hinchcliffe, is that you?
But there are so
Gotta
many
go to
good
extra.
uses as a comic for ChatGPT. Like I put all my jokes in it, and then it told me my comedic voice. So then I was
need to do
able
that.
to better write for my comedic voice.
To know where you're coming from.
To see
Nice.
what I mean, it's interesting to see because he got me to do it. I put 5 minutes in there because I got 5 minutes that I've been using. I have it completely written out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is the.
You can't give it like audio, like it was feed it an audio clip or anything like that.
I don't know.
I've
I
not
wonder. That'd be
tried.
nice.
Because I'm hard at. I don't like to write mines out. Like I do like very like.
Well, what you could I do phrases.
Idea.
I do too.
Say
I'm a
it
bar
to
now.
the-
Okay. You can say it. Cool.
Yeah.
Or you could you can do talk to text, or you could take like a video, probably put it in an AI, and it would probably capture it out for you. And then you have to go in and fix it. But like, I think that would be the way to do it. But I asked it, and it was weird how it knew the comics I like. That's what threw me off.
You
I
can
was like,
tell by
ooh.
your sense of humor.
It was like, it knew from the way, because I literally took all my bits that I did. It was the 5 minutes I did for, it's 5 minutes, but I couldn't do it all for Heliums because they only let you do 4.
Yeah,
And
weird
the 4 is
amount
the
of time.
It's
I mean, it's just
4?
pattern
It's a weird amount
recognition.
of
You know what I
time.
mean? Our brains do it. So
It makes
you know what I
no-
mean? Pattern
Does
recognition.
that make sense to you?
No, because it's like
We all do 5 minutes.
That's like the
why do
in-
4?
like
30
the
comics. 30 comics
industries
who
that-
like Bill Burr also like sneakers. You know
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or
it's
is
one
it
of the things.
for the first time you go, and then the next time you go is if you get 5.
Yeah.
Isn't it something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
And it's like, when have I ever done 4 minutes?
And the 4 is funny because,
In
like,
bed. In bed.
yeah, right. Hey, it depends who she is.
Anything past 4 is just being a show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You go-
just showing out, dog.
Bitch, I
if
gotta work in the morning.
And if
Yeah.
it's 15 to 20
Bills to
seconds,
pay.
it's your fault. Hey, it's your fault for having a good pussy.
Women are getting aggressive with asking for head, bro.
It's one of my
I'm
favorite,
single, and I've fucking last couple ladies, bro.
Yeah?
I've talked to her, been like, I like my pussy licked. I'm like, well, okay, I just don't
Okay.
do that as a man. I do if you earn it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not against
Not
it.
the first time.
But it's not. I'm not just diving box. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. And so I'm like, I look at it as a male. If I asked a woman for head and she said, I don't like that, and I keep touching down on it.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Like
Is it rude?
you're being creepy.
It's rude. Now, I'm sorry, ladies, but if you keep asking for oral to a man, you're rude. You're fucking rude. Or your box stinks. One of the two. Fix that shit.
Nobody wants you got nobody on retainer that eats it.
Some ladies off.
Yeah, you gotta find somebody.
You gotta have somebody that
Somebody's
likes to eat
desperate. Come on, man. Somebody. I've seen enough of guys in comments be like, "I would eat that." I'm like, calm down, man.
Suck those toes. They're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's always. I think the funny thing was Courtney was getting this guy Messenger anonymously trying to buy feet pictures and feet videos. Like,
why didn't she sell?
Why did she do that?
She did.
Yeah,
I thought it was look. I always thought it'd be
bread.
fucking hilarious because
I wish a motherfucker would.
I know, right?
You see women selling on OnlyFans and shit like their underwear that's been worn and shit.
Yeah.
Imagine if a chick with an old man like, hey, sweetheart, wear these thongs for me, and then the dude's working in these fucking thongs, and then send them to some pervert, and then after he's like, oh, they smell great, and then send. Like she sends that dude a fucking picture of her husband wearing the lingerie that he's sniffing. Like hell yeah,
so gross.
I think that'd be fucking hilarious. I think that'd be so good.
Yeah, but at that point you'd have to send the money back because
why would you?
That's a verbal contract saying that hey,
you don't have to
this,
put
and then
you could just put I'm selling you used underwear.
Sean,
you don't have to say who's you used it from.
You know what's happened to me before?
Sean's like, I've got
actually it's a verbal contract and it happened to me and I don't like the way this went down and it's not fair and I actually have it's in litigation right now. I'm just
Indiana Penal Code.
A lot of talk recently about verbal contracts.
Yeah, there's a lot of
people going back on them.
Dude, I'm telling you. Did you say this was crazy? Did you hear about this? This is
fucking dick.
I'm going to go ahead and segue into something else. This was a crazy story. A museum employee in Egypt was arrested alongside 3 accomplices for allegedly stealing a 3,000-year-old gold bracelet that belonged to a pharaoh, which they sold for $4,000 to be melted down. Did you imagine that shit?
Speaking of meth heads,
I'm about to say that's some Egyptian meth right there.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how much 4,000 is it 4,000 Egyptian or 4,000 US? Because 4,000 US is probably a lot over there.
Yeah.
That Pharaoh Pookie, that fucking straight cracks.
I'd like to
That's
know
that
more
pyramid
about
rock,
this.
dog.
Like, did she
Shit.
know?
Yeah, so it was in a safe. It was designated away. So like, the funny part is like not the funny part, but the sad part is all the people in the comments being like, "This is why I support the British Museum stealing all their artifacts."
That's not what we're saying.
That's not what anybody's
That's idiotic.
saying.
That's so idiotic.
It's just people wanting to.
It's just a crackhead.
Shut up, Indiana
Crackheads
Jones.
are clever people.
Yeah,
bro.
It belongs in the museum.
It belongs in the museum.
Crackheads have been doing shit like that for years.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
It's just nothing new.
Yeah, my
They should
brother
at
did
least
it.
replaced it with something.
That's how I lost some
I
shit.
did it.
I lost some shit. I lost some shit before that way. You know, it happens. Brian had some of the funniest jokes about raiding his grandma's pill closet. So I saw this one too. This is an interesting. This is actually kind of grossed me out. Wind turbines could one day be recycled into gummy bears. This makes me never want to eat a gummy bear. I don't know about you guys.
What does that even mean?
So they're
Yeah,
so
I know.
one of the hardest things that I read this article so I could talk to you about it. I know,
Fucking
actually, I
gummy
appreciate
bear out
it.
of a metal object. Get the fuck out of here.
So what they would do is they'd make it out of this like material that's like so right now the biggest problem with wind turbines is they have no way to recycle these things. So like it's actually like
they're just
not
in the way.
environment.
They're just in the fucking way at this point.
they're
Yeah.
just blowing.
So what they're trying to do is build it out of this material that can be broken down and ate. But all I can think about is like the bird shit on it and like all the like
it's just hitting
Everything.
natural
The
air.
elements of sitting outside,
just
wind,
everything.
water, fucking,
Monsanto, fucking all that.
Yeah, that's a
Did
huge
you
one.
do this
That's
just
the
to
fucking
mess with
pesticide,
me?
correct?
I feel like
I know you like gummy stuff, so I want to.
I love gummy shit. I'm a
peach
fucking
rings
fiend, bro.
is
Yeah.
like my fat guy shame.
No, yeah, that's your
peach
thing.
rings.
Like
He ate
if
them
I
off
go
my
to a
Johnson
gas
a couple
station, I'm buying 2 bags of peach rings, and it's not good.
Yeah, it says in a surprising twist on sustainability, scientists are exploring the possibility of recycling wind turbines blades into edible gummy bears. Michigan State University, of course, because you know they have so
I think
many.
Muslims and Jewish people can't eat
But
gummy. Right?
why into something that's edible? Why wouldn't they just do it to something that's going to break down over time? That makes no sense.
Well, I think it's funny because it's like even if it is edible, like it would probably still break down slowly over time.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't really need to eat it. So that's why it's weird to me that they're like, oh, turn it into gummy bears. I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, my kid's eating carbo, and I'm wondering if like it was.
Why wouldn't they just
energy,
recycle it into something else made of fucking metal?
Yeah,
I don't get this.
Yeah.
I don't understand the dilemma here because
I don't think it's. I think it's a polymer.
It's like a.
I work in energy
plastic.
field, so and I've seen them fuckers put up, and it's just you know what I mean. It's like wow, why gummy bears? Why
gummy
of all
bears
shit.
of all things.
Yeah, of all things in the world, we're not going to make aluminum cans out of these or something. Like what the fuck?
Do you guys have any what is it? Any opinions
New
on
Year's resolutions?
Any opinions on a lot of comics are talking about this. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. You know, the whole thing with Jimmy Kimmel Live getting pulled indefinitely because of insensitive and offensive Charlie Kirk comments, which to me, like you went there and you didn't know he was going to do that. Like that's what he does.
Jordan's like, I'm getting you guys canceled for your career starts.
No, a lot of comics have said things.
I feel like every comic's pretty much on the side of free speech.
Yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, but it's kind of like the way of the dinosaur with, you know, I feel like he should be able to say whatever he wants in context, but at the same time, the late night TV show is over with.
Yeah.
Like Conan's not doing it anymore. Letterman's not doing it anymore. Like
Leno pulled that parachute right in time. He was like, I'm getting
the fuck up out of here, and then fall right down a hill.
It's just bow out.
Have you seen this? Have you heard this?
Just bow out gracefully. I feel like though, you know what I mean? Just bow out gracefully.
Yeah, just like I saw this. This was. I will bring this up real quick before you hit that, Sean. But this was wrong one. This was the one I meant. Nielsen Live +7, 18 to 49 ratings track 2010, 2025. You can kind of see they've all fallen.
Yeah,
that spike though,
and it's just because it's the internet. It's like how the ratings go. Like they don't tell. Is you have to watch it live. So nobody's staying up until 11 o'clock at night watching Jimmy Fallon when they can just watch clips on YouTube.
Yep.
So that spike you see on that spike you see there that you're looking at on the Tonight Show that you just brought up is Leno is the small one, and the next one is Fallon when he first took over, and you just watch the cliff. Because I think technically
people just wanted to see if he filled them shoes. You know what I mean?
He never was going to.
2013-14. That was the year that they took over from Leno. So it was, but also Leno was
Leno fan or something.
Leno was
just
unpopular.
like he was just a legend.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like he.
But towards the end, because of the Conan shit, he really took a lot.
He fucked Conan over.
Yeah,
he basically told Conan it's his job, and Conan is my favorite late night host.
He pulled a George Lopez on that motherfucker. George Lopez did that with fucking Hispanic comics in Vegas, I think, is where it was.
And Conan did it to George Lopez.
Yeah,
kind of.
That's
when he went to TBS.
Oh, did he?
Well, because when Conan went there, they put Conan as like the main, and then Lopez was leading.
Isn't Lopez like a real dirty bastard?
Well, I saw
crazy.
What's his
he
guy?
took like his wife's kidney and then left her or some shit for like a 22-year-old or some crazy shit.
I don't know
why.
Don't
quote me on that, but I don't
why
know.
him and old guy doesn't.
Yeah, that's the younger guy.
Rob,
the
Jesse,
young kid that like
Barbasos.
Yeah,
Rob Barbosa.
I fuck with that dude, bro. He likes lowriders and shit. I like that guy.
He's funny. He's very funny. I you know how those old
timers, they don't think these young bucks have earned their fucking way yet.
You'll see it in a different track.
You'll see it in circles around here in the smallest bit of it. They're just like somebody's funny. They know they're funny, but they're going to do what they. Well, you're not going to take my spot.
Yeah.
You're not going to take my $50. I'm guaranteed.
Yeah, my $50. Yeah, which is hilarious. The levels.
Yeah. He taking food out of my mouth. God damn it.
Well, the interesting thing about like when you talk about that is like obviously the big thing that popped up, the thing that got Dan Alton mad at me is talking about Mark Maron. And like he was doing like the rounds on everything, and one of the things he was bringing up was, the comics don't do like they used to. Like that's basically like his take was like
culture.
Old man.
We're in like a cult like culture where if like you disagree with somebody or I disagree with somebody, it's almost like we can't even be fucking homeboys no more.
It's weird.
And it's so cult like, bro. That's what that is. Like even with politics, like did you vote for this person or this person? I'm not telling you. I don't vote for one as a person. I don't vote. So that's why I try to not. You don't ever hear me doing political jokes or none of that shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't vote. So I don't.
Well, you do have that 20 minutes on how Trump's great.
Yeah. I got that 9/11 joke and shit. Bush did it.
That was a joke.
But no, what I was gonna say earlier is I'm not a huge Andrew Schultz fan, but he put out a video on TikTok yesterday.
I've seen that.
I think it's the best take on this that anybody.
He basically went back to like when during the pandemic when he was like when he was doing those videos.
I remember that.
He basically just came out with a new one.
Yeah,
and it was like, I agree with all that. But Andrew, you also had Trump on your TV show actively trying to get him elected. So let's not cry when you get your way.
People fucking talk about freedom of speech all the time anymore, and they're also pandering at the same time. And it's like, bro, you're just doing that to get the views. Be yourself.
A lot of grifting,
be yourself.
And people are really picking sides. And I think that's the hardest thing for me is that like I hate hypocrisy. It's why I left the church. All right. And
his ass was sore. For
it was very sore. Yeah, but that was my own doing. I like a finger up there. No, I think like for me the hypocrisy of it all. If I can see hypocrisy, I'm out like immediately because like and it happens constantly where I'll just be like, well, it's okay for me, but not for like not for them, but
everywhere,
for me.
man.
And it's crazy, especially when it comes to politics, when it comes to like free speech issues and all this stuff. Because I'm an absolutist. I think drugs should all be legal.
There you go.
Every drug should be legal. Like I feel like they should be pharmaceutical grade. Less people would die. If you could go to CVS and say, "Hey, can I get some of that?" Oh, I don't need meth. Okay, let me get some.
Cocaine.
Everybody needs meth. Yeah. That's why there's fucking Adderall shortages. Literally.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you could go in there and say, "Can I have OxyContin instead of Fent?" and like dying over, it's like we're letting people die because we want to no, you can't have that. It's only and I'm not saying necessarily.
You hear that?
A good thing.
Fucking step your shit up, guys.
And they would make money. That's
they'd make a killing. They'd take over the cartel. They would take over the cartel's job.
That's literally why we'll never have legalized marijuana in
Free
Indiana,
El Chapo, by the way,
because of Eli Lilly.
Indiana is one of the weirdest states because they're so.
We'll be the last of the 50 to legalize.
They want to be Florida and Texas so bad, but we're still paying state taxes and we don't have legal weed. Come on, man.
I had some dipshit at work argue with me. Weed was legal in Indiana, and I said, "Tell that to my arrest record, motherfucker." Yeah. I disagree. My lawyer disagrees.
Yeah.
The judge disagrees. He was like, "I promise." I was like, "It's decriminalized in certain counties." Yeah.
But you're still getting a ticket.
You go into jail if they're a dick. If they're an asshole cop, bro, which most of them are.
Yeah.
99% of them. You're going to jail, bro.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's part of the job description.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even the little ticket that they write you, it counts as an arrest. It's just because you didn't go to jail, it still counts as think
about this new generation of young cops, though. These guys all grew up smoking weed and shit like that. So, I mean, thank God for them. Maybe they'll make a new name. But, you give someone a badge and a gun, bro, and everybody's going to have a fucking power trip. It takes a fucking rare person not to, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I've met a few men in my life that were police officers or any type of authority figure when it comes to being able to, law enforcement type shit, who I was like, man, that guy's great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hate to say that because I'm sure the people are out there, but the ones I've met, man, they were kind of asses. So,
that's how it typically
sorry to all the police officer viewers and listeners of fucking the Kokomo Press.
I've gotten in trouble.
You guys
before.
are the 1% I like.
No, I get in trouble all the time for that type of stuff just because I honestly, not to be a dick, and this is just my personal experience. I'm speaking from my personal. I've never had a positive interaction with a cop.
Dude, none.
I haven't.
My family stopped calling them when shit hit the fan.
Not a real one.
They'd show up and start questioning you about shit.
Right.
And why'd they break into your house? What were they trying to steal? What? I don't know.
Every time I've ever had a breakup, eventually the cops get called when I'm trying to get my shit or I'm trying to do something. And I mean, one time I had a cop show up. And I had my son, and he had never spent a night away from me our whole life. Like my ex had left for
multiple
weeks
times,
on it. And nothing against. She's a great woman now. Nothing against her now. But at the time, she was fucking wilding out, dude. She was a Nick Cannon out in these streets. She was Maddie Smith.
She was making shitty movies and rap albums. That's crazy.
And fucking around on Mariah Carey.
That still blows my mind. That he got
fantasy, baby. But anyway, she was out there doing her thing. Well, she came through and wanted to take him for the night, and I'm like, nah, bro. You ain't even been around. He don't even want to go. Blah, blah, blah. The cop showed up because she was on the lease. She could come. She could give him permission to come in the house. And then, my son was crying. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. He was a little kid, and she ripped him from my arms, and he was just and then when I tried to rip him back, he was like, no. I was like, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you're.
You just seen what she just did.
You just watched her do it to me, and it was okay.
And you can see the kid's reaction.
Indiana's getting a tad bit better because I've got custody of my son now. Same. Sean, same. We're in a room full of pretty good dads in here.
Nope, not on this end. Not on this end.
Well, one thing is not like the other. Could it be the melanin? Could it be the melanin? I'm sorry. I apologize. No, I mean, probably boxes
on the TV, white guy.
Yeah. Well, it's it sucks, man, because I feel for you. I have friends of mine who are great dads that have a tough time getting their kids to love their kids.
This might be evidence of white privilege, guys, right here. This discussion right here might be evidence of white privilege.
That's too far, brother. Don't go there. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'll go.
No, you're probably
but I don't know everybody. My situation is not that bad. I make it sound like a lot, but it's just dealing with someone that is mad that you don't want to be with them anymore,
Oh, that's the tough part.
And using the kid as collateral in every situation.
It happens more often than people understand.
There was unfortunate circumstances that led to me getting full custody.
Yeah.
Other than lawyers.
Yeah, right.
Which led to lawyers, unfortunately. But me, I got custody of my son, but DCS was involved, unfortunately, and they drug tested me for fucking 18 months, bro, randomly.
Yep.
And it was one of the things where it was like, damn, just because someone else got in trouble, I have to be persecuted as well. I have to be persecuted as well. Fuck that.
I also got very lucky. I wouldn't call it lucky, but my ex got into drugs, was actually making drugs in the house my kids lived in, and so I got them, and I was like, you can fight me to get them back, but
Indiana's getting better, though, of actually looking the other way and being like, okay, this woman is fucking up. Back 10, 20 years ago, bro, women, you had to literally, give up your kids to get rid of them if you were a female.
Yeah, I think that
the
that
mom
is
state
something.
thing is kind of going away.
That's where the pendulum has swung back a little bit. If you're not like a piece of shit and you just go through the proper channel,
you got to get the right judge.
Yeah,
you got to get a judge with common sense. That's just not like, well, he's a man, that's a woman. Da da da. The last judge I had, he had common sense, and I think if you keep coming back for bullshit on bullshit on bullshit, eventually they're going to be like, look, this is so. I think you're right. It is getting better.
I do want to throw this out there. I didn't get a chance to do this earlier. I didn't have it. I just went and grabbed it. Sean will be at Night of the Living Comics in the dungeon. It's going to be Sean Dalrymple, our buddy Caleb Meek. Tina was actually going to be on the show. Chelsea Snedden, Smelled Wrong. I think they fixed it. And then anyone, Whitney White and Christina LaRose. Is it going to be
That's a good lineup.
You, a gay man, and a bunch of women. You're going to have a good time.
You're going to have a good time.
You're going to make out.
It's so the concept of the show, they always do, like, their shows are always they don't do like straight stand-up shows. Yeah.
It's like variety
the concept is like you have to roast a classic monster.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That'd be fun.
Because you're not hurting anybody's feelings, but you're also like, it's a writing exercise.
Yeah, I love shit like that. I love shit like that.
Yeah, we were literally like, we had an intern for a minute, Adam Garner for a minute, and we all got together at his house for the first time, and we gangbanged. I'm just kidding. No, it was me, Brian, and Sean, and him.
Broke his ass in, man.
Yeah, we went over there and we're like, the bag's on you. No, did you watch that?
Yeah.
See, that's the podcast thing. If you,
that was great. That was a great episode.
Bag's on you.
Great episode.
John and Shane.
I listened to yours. I got a couple friends on Patreon that, what I mean? They've got some podcasts.
That's what I'm talking about.
But unless it's like a buddy like messaging me like, hey, check this one out.
Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast is like one I listen to, especially when they're both on there.
It's a little iffy sometimes when Shane's not on.
Yeah.
Because Matt can get out there.
Yeah,
but I love it.
Wild, the shaman.
But Shane is.
Well, yeah, they were talking about what's his name? Do you remember his name? Like the guy?
No, it was a Brewers.
We were talking about
Brewers,
the Milwaukee Brewers announcer. It wasn't John. I keep wanting to say
Euchre. It's
Bob
Euchre.
Euchre.
Yeah, that's a legend. He's a fucking legend.
But they were talking a joke. They were telling a story about Adam Egget, he did the show with Norm Macdonald forever,
and
he used to be the
booker.
He's a booker at Mothership now.
Yeah, now he was at the Comedy Store, now he's at the Mothership, and they did the show together. That's how I knew him, as the Norm show, and he was talking about going to meet Bob Euchre and talking to him about stuff, and he was, in the story that he told was about this baseball player that they used to pull pranks, but they called him bags, like the bag. Like, got the bags on you. And he talked about this guy had a favorite whore in Milwaukee. And so they set it up with like a detective or the chief of police to like for her to pretend like she died, and then the cops came in and busted in, and he's freaking out or whatever, and then they came in there like, haha, the bag's on you. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, it's an insane story. And then,
that's wild.
And the best part is the end where he's like, 20 minutes later, I'm in the lobby, and the man comes up and he's irate, and he's like, bro, it's 20 minutes ago. What the fuck?
Funny.
It was a bag. What do you? It's just that Bob Euchre guy has to be one of the funniest people
because it sounds like it. Because and then they just started riffing on it the whole podcast. It was a very funny podcast.
It took me a minute because I remember Norm went on one of the late nights. I think it was like Conan or Letterman, and he told a story about Bob Euchre about John Fogerty. You ever seen that?
I think I've seen that.
And that's the first time I heard anything. And so when Adam Egan was telling about it, because this guy
that's CCR, right? That's Creedence.
John Fogerty? He was talking about. He was like, he's in fucking Creed. He's like, I'll have him come up here and sing for you. And Norm's like, no, he doesn't need to do that. He's like, no, he's fucking Creed. He said he would like be like, that's one out in the that's a hit to the left. And he'd be like, so fucking I was hanging. And he would just he would be cussing up a storm, and then he'd go back to he would have this perfect like able to go in and out of it. So I don't know. I love people like that.
Commentators are wild, anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like sport commentators have had a history of being just off the charts. Like, who was the dude from fucking NBA?
Marv Albert.
Marv was out here attacking ladies with his teeth.
Kyrie.
Yeah, that dude fucking he
was a
just wild
one.
Commentators, man. Marv Albert though, fucking legend. That guy got invited back. He was attacking women with your teeth. He was biting bitches, and they
were like,
yeah, we now you're fucking back.
Ain't the same without Marv.
You know, and if he can get back, why can't Louis C.K.? You know, I'm just.
Why can't Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame? Fucking put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Did you see that episode of So Louis C.K. was on an episode with Theo Vaughn on this past weekend or whatever. No. And the interesting thing was they were talking about how they both are in this like sex group, like
Sex Anonymous.
Yeah, like basically like helping them with their problem because they realize they have an issue. They can't. Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting thing. I'm like, how long until we decide?
Strange to have.
You know, if he can.
I think.
I'm addicted to sex. I think you're good at it, bro.
You think he's back?
I think he's back, but not like he'll never be Hollywood back, but he's stand up back.
Yeah. He wrote a book apparently, so that's
and he does movies. I haven't seen the 4th of July, but it does look like my bag.
don't think I'm no offense. I don't think that Joe List is not funny, but I'm not really.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not like.
I like the regs. I watch the regs sometimes.
Do you have a favorite like comic that you like? If they're on something, you're like, oh fuck yeah, I want to watch that.
Bill Burr was in the show Crashing. You guys ever watch that?
I love Crashing.
And I checked it out just for the Bill Burr episode. Yeah. And I fell in love with the show.
The show's
it's fucking great.
Yeah.
What's the cat's name?
It's
That's the
slow.
head actor. You're the main comic in it.
Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes, man. Yeah.
But then Artie Lang has a big part in it.
Artie Lang is fucking.
And his nose was still there when he fucking did that. His nose was not fucking just whatever it is now.
Artie Lang had a podcast there for a minute, and I was watching that for.
He's a comics comic.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's like Norton. Same thing.
Like if you're just a fan of comedy, you're not going to like Artie Lang.
Yeah.
But if you're a comedian, you're going to fuck with that dude because you realize that he says shit that's it's necessary. You know what I mean?
I know with comics, if you've watched old Opie and Anthony episodes, that you're probably like a comic because like those guys are like the most. It's like the romanticized
They're true to the art,
version.
bro.
Yeah, it's the most romanticized. Attell is obvious. Everybody knows Attell's like the greatest. Like Colin Quinn.
He's coming to town next month.
Now fuck Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, Cumia can fuck himself now.
But yeah,
yeah, that's nice.
People go crazy when they get older. I've watched it. We've all seen our parents and people in our lives that
just like used to be just cool, and then it's just like, when did everything become about politics?
Yeah, like why is everything? Why is it all about like they become like. The simplest answer is that that's how they become more racist.
I feel like we was raised by a generation that almost convinced us and like instilled in us, don't believe everything you read. Question shit. And now they're just on Facebook eating shit up. Like, what was your source on what you just told me? Oh, I seen it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, do some research.
I've done the research. I'm in the Substack.
2 people posted about it.
It?
Yeah, you're out of here. You
Substacks.
That's even worse. I saw it on Telegram.
Whoa, you fucking
That's
freak.
where I buy my weed. What are you doing on there? That's where my weed guy is. Yeah, I think that's what mostly that's used for. Every time I talk to somebody like, you're on Telegram, I'm like, buying weed. You know what I mean? It's one of the things.
I belong to a mail list. It's ran by David Duke. That's where I got my information on minorities. That's not a good source, bud.
Well, I'm trying to see. I don't think I have any more, but I did feel like this is the internet now. Now that's what I call a distraction from the Epstein files. So stupid. No, I appreciate you guys stopping in today, man. We're about 2 hours in. We're gonna. You guys, I know we got some things coming up with you. We've got you coming out at the North End Pub. We're gonna be doing that this Friday, and then of course come out to Harvestfest. It's gonna be so much fun, man. We're gonna be goofing off. Our headliner is Indy's funniest. He is the great Patrick Murray. So if you haven't seen Patrick Murray, you're gonna want to come out to this one because he is phenomenal.
It's a good time, man. Harvestfest is always a blast.
I appreciate you doing that so many years.
Yeah, man.
We'll have to get you back next year.
I appreciate you guys fucking having me, man.
Yeah, Sean.
Same with today.
Sean's going to be at Monsters Inc.
I'm going to be at Monsters Inc. on the 3rd. I just did Don't Tell recently, so check Don't Tell him. There might be clips coming up from that.
Yeah, he went to Indy and did that.
Well, went pretty well.
Nice. Yeah, man.
He did a couple people. One of the people came through the mic from Michigan, Sherry Heineke.
It's such a strong comedy scene that doesn't really get any recognition, I feel like. Our comedy scene in Indiana, it's really fucking good, man. There's a lot of good comics.
They just come, stop in, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, they get the money, get the bag, and go.
Get the fuck out.
They get the bag and go.
I'm out.
Yeah. Other than that, come out on Thursday nights to the open mic here at the High Mark. It's absolutely free. Not every comic's going to be funny, and that includes me some nights. So just come out, though. We're going to be trying out new material. You might hear a joke that you think is funny. You might hear a joke you think sucks. It all comes from the same place. Trying. But yeah, come out to the High Mark, man. We're trying to make this thing big. And like I said, it's absolutely free to attend. So that's the most important thing. That's 3840 South of Fountain Street in beautiful Kokomo, Indiana. Come out, dude. It's fun. We like to fuck around. We're going to be having some new venues. I've been talking to a couple different venues about some shows we're going to have coming up. So you guys might give
me a ring, man. I'm always
probably
available.
Come hang out with us because we're going to do some things. Our last showcase in Kokomo, our last comedy showcase was in March. It was the Items of March show, and we just have not been able to do one since. I mean,
was it at Outhouse or was it?
No, it was at Cooper's actually
downstairs.
Yeah, we were having issues booking with Outhouse because they were booked out for like months. Bands every for a while, and then we got a date and then had a falling out. So these things happen, you know.
It's life.
Nothing is more prevalent in life than change and growth and differences. So those things are always going to happen. And I honestly wish them the best over there. I hope they do well. I hope they can keep doing their thing. I hope comedy doesn't work out because I'm just a piece of shit. I'm just kidding. Because I want to control comedy in Kokomo because I'm a puppet master.
Fucking Monopoly, man.
I'm the Monopoly man. Apparently I want to control comedy. I don't want to control. I could give two shits about comedy in Kokomo. We do better outside of Kokomo than we do here because they hate you in your hometown.
Exactly.
They hate you in your hometown. You know this. We all know this.
Can I defend you for a minute?
Oh, I don't don't give a fuck. You can.
This guy will go to every show that he's booked at, and he will by name out Kokomo comedians and be like, you know who's really funny? You should put this person on a show. I've got several bookings from this. So people that say he doesn't want other people to get over in comedy, you're wrong.
Yeah, they just don't know me. It's fine.
Hot take, Sean. I love that.
I appreciate you saying that, because like it gets tiring over time, because I think a lot of people, they see something and they don't ask questions. I always tell people, one of the things I posted most recently was like to people, like people will question you, but they won't ask you questions. Like they will question you and your intentions, but they won't ask you why you're doing things. If you just ask me, I will 100% tell you, and you don't even have to like the answer like whatsoever, but at least you'll know where I'm coming from with a lot of these things. Like if I don't do something, I have a reason, and if you feel like there's like a barrier, like, or there's something going on,
let's talk about it.
Me, I'll explain it. I have I'm the most open book person.
It's like hashing it out. It's almost an old art form. It's like it's a dying fucking thing.
You're absolutely right.
It's like let's hash this out. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. Yeah. That's no longer a thing. Yeah. Like it's like, nah, it is, but you guys just are fucking children about it. Certain people just handle it like children, and it's sad, honestly. It really is. Like I said, certain things are almost like cult-like.
It is. It's a cult-like.
And
this is something I want to push this out there. We do have a sponsor menu. If you are out there and you want to sponsor, be a part of our podcast, comedy shows, page posts, if you have like a business you want to get out there, audio, visual commercials. This is from the last 28 days from our Facebook. You can see on there we had over 2.2 million, up 100%, which means we had 1.1 million last month, if you need to understand how math works. You can kind of see what's going on here. We do have a ton of engagement right now. We have, and this isn't a bragging thing. This is 100% just saying, hey, if you're out there and you're a business locally and you're like, I'm not getting any traction, I don't know what to do. I keep putting money into these businesses that are advertising for me, and they don't really get seen by people, and they don't really give a shit. Call me out there. I'll fucking shoot a commercial for you. I'll post it on the page. We'll push it out there, and then you can post it on your own page and use the commercial forever. Like, there you go. We have packages available for anybody and any budget. I hate to be the guy that's like, give me your money, but I'm telling you, we can actually help. I'm going to provide value. That's what we do here.
And you will be happy with the finished product. You will. What I've seen. I've seen the work, and it is good work, man.
Yeah, come out, man, to the open mic. Come out to these shows, man. Support local comics. First off, support my buddy over here, Sean D over here. Sean D is funny on everything. Check out the great Davey Mumaw. What's your Instagram? Is it Davey?
That's just at Davey.
It's Davey Mumaw.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure.
MUMAW.
Introverted Savage. I know yours, because you got a very interesting one. Introverted Savage. Go check him out on everything. Mine's Jordan P. Grainger, or just go follow the Kokomo Press. I appreciate that. You know, that's where I'm going to be. Other than that, thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for
having
me,
excellent panel. We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. 2 kisses. Thank you for watching the Kokomo Press Podcast. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, and tell all your friends about it, because when people know about us, we get to continue to bring new, great, exciting things to you. And if you really want to support us, you can actually go on to Facebook and you can become an official subscriber. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get a lot of access to us. You get to tell us good jokes, tell us all the things you want to, and you're going to get access to new videos, merch, all kinds of things. And if you just want to support us in another way, maybe wear a shirt, wear a hat, something like that, check out kokomopress.shop. It's a brand new store we have set up. It's got all our merchandise needs. It's going to have limited run t-shirts, limited run hats. Go check it out right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with the Kokomo Press on the Kokomo Press Podcast. See you soon. 2 kisses.
Hey, this is Davon Shoemaker. You just watched the Kokomo Press, and I am still Wakanda's favorite comedian, because that's a fake place and I'm nobody's favorite comedian.